Well, let's have a look then at the two lineups, and of course, first of all, it will be mousesports, the team that we saw beating SK Gaming yesterday in a thrilling match with a double overtime in the first match. First up is 6, Antonio Daniloski, 19 years from Frankfurt. And up we have Kapio, a man who for me was pretty outstanding yesterday, 24 years old and from Berlin. And in the middle we have God B, the man who's really been calling these, yesterday, as well as kind of calling the strats. He was hitting every single shot as well, 2 and 3s in a row that made him probably one of the more important players on that team as far as his frags went. And we have Roman, the man who we said slowly but surely got himself fitted and kind of snugly fit into this mousesports lineup, and we'll be expecting a lot from him today.
And that Dust 2 game pretty much capped that off.
Yes, it did. And then on the end is Tixo, 21 years old, also from Berlin, and Tixo was on form. Yeah, like you said, Roman yesterday on Dust 2, hitting, I think, around about 35 by the end of the CT half. He was really, really on song, and I'm guessing we're going to be seeing Dust 2 here today as mousesports map choice as well. But the thing is, I'm not really sure which way this game's going to go. Like I said earlier, Fnatic were looking like this machine yesterday that really maybe couldn't be beaten, but I think mousesports, the way they've progressed and, I don't know, maybe learn even as they've gone through this tournament, I think they're going to be the ones that could do it here. Definitely. Let's have a look then at who mousesports will be facing. And of course it will be Fnatic. And first of all is Threat, the new man who played the bomb box position on the upper side in Nuke absolutely to perfection against Ravens yesterday. And Forest, who we don't even need to say anything about him. Just say that's Forest. He's going to score. Basically had a day off yesterday, even though it was the semi-finals of a huge tournament. So maybe he's nice and rested for this final. We have cArn in the middle, the strat caller, team captain of Fnatic. And there's going to be a lot on him today with how well God B played yesterday. I think people are going to be looking at that matchup especially. And we have DSN, an AWP player who's playing Ramp Room on Nuke yesterday and playing that one also to perfection. He was really a big factor in that 15-0 first half CT score. And then on the end we have Get Right. He's still got something wrong with his eye. Looked better as a blonde. Yeah, looked better as a blonde. Oh, was that as a blonde or with the blonde behind him?
I'm standing here with Tix and DSN, as Joe said. DSN, your last several encounters versus mousesports, you haven't won more games than they have, and yet you've won more titles. Why do they seem like they are a very tough opponent for you?
Well, we haven't played them in quite a while now, and I was looking at Fryby today, which is a Swedish community site, and I think they have four out of the 5 latest games they won, so definitely looking to get a win here, so they don't rush too far ahead.
So is it the style of play of the Germans, or what is it about them that they managed to beat you?
I think we've encountered them at wrong times. Late 2008 we were pretty bad. We played them 2 times then, and this year we've been pretty good, and I only think we played 2 times. So it's 1-1, or last year, 2009, it's 1-1, so that was our best year, but still we didn't play them a lot. So,
on a scale of 10, how high is the confidence level in Fnatic?
10, always. No, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a fun match, but I would be lying if I would be saying that we aren't confident.
All right, Tix. Yesterday's semi-finals painted a very pretty picture of Fnatic as the Goliath, giving only 3 rounds to Ravens, and you guys struggling or having a very tough game against SK Gaming. Do you feel like the David in this matchup?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you don't have to overrate that win because it was the first semi-final for a lot of players from Roskilde Ravens, so they could have been excited, and first a big name like Fnatic, so they had tough conditions. No doubt about Fnatic playing really good, but I mean, Ravens didn't show their real game, so don't overrate the match. And yeah, we played a hard match against SK yesterday. We had to show our A game to win, and yeah, let's hope we will show it today.
You don't like Tuscan too much. Do you feel like you have to win it in 2 maps? I know some of the players on mousesports are rather concerned about playing Tuscan.
Well, I consider Tuscan as a okay map of us. It depends on the enemies. I think fnatic's playstyle is okay for us on Tuscan, but on Nuke I consider them very strong. On Inferno it's like 50-50. We have, as I said, we have to play our A game to be able to win.
Confidence level on a scale of 10?
After yesterday's match and Kirschnet's match, of course 10.
All right, well, after the commercial break we will come back and we will have the grand final of the Intel Extreme Masters European Championship with Joe and with Thorin.
Welcome back then to ESL TV for the grand final here. Finally, we've got there after 4 long days and amazing games, and it is, of course, going to be Fnatic versus mousesports. Mousesports on home soil, actually, here. Fnatic don't care where they are, they just like to win everywhere. Definitely. I think is the overall picture. Just some information, actually. We've got some things to give away. Rocket Kova, which is the mouse. Rocket Apuri, which is, if memory serves me correctly, the mouse bungee thing, which looks like an alien, and it's got USB slots on it, and it's pretty awesome. And also the Rocket Soto in black, the mousepad. You can win one of those. We've got one of each up for grabs for this game. What you have to do is go over to twitter.com/IEM_TV, and we will be giving away 3 of them there. What you've got to do is write, obviously, at IEMTV, and guess the score correctly of the first map, which is going to be Nuke. So the first 3 people that guess correctly will win one of the 3 prizes here up for grabs. And that information has come directly from Carmack, so you know it's true. It's all good. We're giving it away, and of course over at facebook.com/ESLTV, we're also giving away the SK signed Rocket Sota mousepad. So if you follow us there, make a comment. We're also giving away some signed posters. So plenty of goodies up for grabs here from the Intel Extreme Masters European Championships, and we're about, I think, to get this one going. I see all 10 players, and I see they're all actually sat down. So we should be good to go. And we've got some big Intel posters in front of Fnatic, actually, so that they can't see our screens, which is cool, I guess, to stop that stuff. Not that you'd ever expect anything like that from Fnatic anyway. So, yeah, we're going to get the restarts in, have the knife, and obviously that will tell us who's going to start out here on the CT side, most likely. And what do you think to the map choices? Obviously, Nuke, Inferno, and Tuscan. I mean, Inferno rather than Dust 2, do you think that's just due to the way that Fnatic have been playing Dust 2 recently?
I think that means that Mouse are just really confident on Inferno in spite of those results earlier on where they lost. I mean, I think they, you know what, in that kind of situation, maybe they feel like, yeah, we can lose on Inferno, but when we play our A game, then it's our best chance to win. And I think sometimes, I think actually against Fnatic, that's probably the kind of mentality you have to have, because if you're not going to play your best game, the way this team's playing, I don't know if you are going to win if you aren't going to play absolutely at your peak. So go for your strengths. Don't try and play the opposite way and just try and say, oh, we'll try and play Fnatic's worst maps. Just take your best shot, and then let's see what's going to happen.
Well, remember last night in the pre-game interview of the semi-final, which was Fnatic against Roskilde, cArn said, yeah, well, this is our first game today, we're going to be rusty. And, well, it didn't quite work out that way. Here is the 9th round, and obviously it's the first game of both of these teams today, so no, the rustiest team will probably lose, I guess you could say. Here's now a 3-on-1 in the 9th. Fnatic going to pick it up, and of course are going to switch over onto the counter-terrorist side, a side which have seen them rather successful last time. 15-0 they won against Ravens, and they'll be looking to produce something like that here. Of course, they won't be expecting 15-0 again. They may get it if they... if they really can lock down Nuke, but I don't quite think so against a team of mousesports.
I don't see that happening.
And of course, Roman, God, B6, Kapio, and Tixo, the lineup for mousesports. Get Right, Forest, Threat, DSN, and cArn for Fnatic. So we are live and underway in the pistol.
I think I'm going to be keeping my eye on Kapio here, because I think, as we said, it seems like when he plays poorly, that's when Mouse are in trouble. So, I mean, if he can at least pull an average game out here, let's see, the game could pretty much be on at that point.
And now we've got two men pushing the outside here as Roman will open up the fragging
very
for the
interesting
match.
Boost by fnatic in the ramp room so that they can have one man holding there.
Oh, look at this from Get Right on the outside with the USP. He's got two before finally Tixo's knocked him out. Threat came around the opposite side, and it's now 3 versus 2. Roman and God B. There goes God B. Roman with 5 points of health. 1 bullet from USP.
And DSN's going to get him now right in the side.
Here we go, and there is DSN. fnatic will win the pistol round here on CT side of Nuke, and it's job done for them. And Get Right really opening up that round with the 2 frags on the outside. Almost took Tixo. His teammate Threat finished it off, and you can see Threat there giving a smile over to Get Right as they look to continue off here in the second round performance.
Yeah, bad decision by Mouse to try and attack from range with Glocks against at least 2 of the best USP players of all time. So, I mean, let's see if mousesports are going to go for Deagles or something on the 3rd round, or whether they're going to be able to get this bomb down somehow.
Well, currently they're going to push this ramp room, which DSN is going to clear up with the help of Forest there finally. They won't lose a single man, fnatic, as you may expect. They move to a 2-0. Let's see if they continue here. mousesports, of course, have 2 frags, no bomb plants. They're not going to buy up here.
Deagles, here we go. Let's see where they're going to venture here. They've got some flashes as well, so this could be a ramp. Oh, they're going to go for upper here. It's going to be an aggressive upper push.
Here's Get Right, and he actually dropped off there, lost most of his health. cArn will
what spray by cArn.
In there to recover. God B is the last man alive.
He's going to try and... There's someone behind him who's going to kill him now, though.
DSN and cArn.
Oh, they've pulled it back again. They've slowed it down. This is what fnatic like to do, remember. They don't want to rush in there and suddenly end up in a one-on-one. They're going to use their numbers advantage. God B has 6 health, and if he wants to win this round, he has to plant this bomb first.
He is going to go for that plant. Let's watch cArn. If he sprays the floor...
Oh, now you're going to see them go in together here.
Here he comes, and cArn spotted him. He's going to call that out to DSN, surely.
See,
here comes a nade. Yeah, there was a grenade there. Done. And that was actually cArn dropped down in vents, and he saw him. And before he went for it, yeah, dropped back up. DSN's grenade dropping in, and again, fnatic just using, as we saw yesterday on, I think it was Tuscan, using the time on that bomb to go collect better weapons and make sure they can move them through into this next round. So 3-0, mousesports going to have weapons now, and this will be the test for them.
fnatic not even wanting to risk it. They don't allow Kapio even a chance of doing something crazy. You just play it smart, use the numbers advantage. And then we saw there, the communication. DSN throws in his nade. It was all over at that point. And now mousesports here, ready with those flashes. This looks like it's going to be squeaky open, flashes in, and let's go upper, guys.
Here we go. Flashing around. Kapio's grenade will kill Threat. That's a big actual frag, to be honest, for mousesports. Threat yesterday on that upper side was absolutely formidable. Mouse have settled
in. There's an upper fake there.
Yeah.
But it has pulled the fnatic players over, so let's see.
It's taken a big hit.
This is something else you often see from mousesports. They can be quite stubborn. They like to fake a site and then try and hit that site. And it's very difficult to execute in Counter-Strike as a terrorist. But, I mean, if that's the game they're going to play, then they better execute well.
Here are the men on the outside. Forest will cap God B. Kapio, who was on left and
6 moving fully into the upper site, unchallenged. Here comes Forest, though. He's going to peek.
Here is Forest, spraying down the bomb, and Roman actually surviving.
Very uncharacteristic miss from Forest there. I think he felt kind of rushed, and he just sprayed it instead of taking a quick burst onto the guy's head. Big play from Roman.
Have DSN, who of course is looking likely not to go for the defuse here. 1 versus 4. Only just 15 seconds remaining on the clock. It's looking like mousesports will have that first round on terrorist side here on Nuke. Of course, this is the, I guess you could say, second tournament for fnatic with their new lineup. And they're currently 1 win out of 1. Looking to make it 2 out of 2. It's not very easy for Fnatic's 2010 team to beat the stats of their 2009 team.
I mean, even on a purely logistical level, to even attend that many tournaments is difficult. I think that's probably a big reason as to why you're not seeing Gux in this lineup anymore. It's grueling to even play that many tournaments, never mind getting the finals of 8. 9 if you get 8 in there. Grenade from threat.
Forest actually with a FAMAS there.
Tixo's on 8 health, Kapio 10 health.
Yeah, that was nicely executed there after losing cArn. Question is, where will they go for next? Looks like it's going to be the upper push.
Get Right is in a good position here.
Yeah, Get Right on top, but he'll be too slow. And the bomb is going to get planted. Let's watch Threat, who's coming in from this inner entry there. He spotted one. godb will be watching again. It looks as though godb replicating that form that we saw him in last night. It's Fnatic with that bomb ticking away. And our health is low against 4 remaining players. At least DSN will get away. Only Forest will be killed at the end. DSN now edging his way completely to the opposite side.
DSN has not died once from his position at ramp room, so let's see if mousesports are ever going to go to that ramp room.
Oh, here comes a flash. DSN gets one. I think if he gets in the corner now, he's pretty much survived it. Yes, he will, and that's mousesports up to 2 rounds. They're, I think, quietly confident coming into this match, despite how Fnatic have performed throughout the last few days, which is flawlessly. Although their first match, Fnatic, to be fair, against Oxmos, was a bit of a rocky one. No, against Kirchnet was a bit of a rocky one. 16-14 they won on Inferno, so that could be their weak point. And mousesports may be looking at it here as though, well, if we can win Nuke, which is obviously Fnatic's choice.
Yeah, imagine the confidence they're going to have on those last 2 maps there.
That was a horrible grenade from cArn as well. Just bouncing up on the ground in Hut. Threat obviously was stood on the roof. Goes down. Here's Kapio. So much confidence in mousesports at the moment. You saw the way they kind of leapt around. Of course,
and let's not forget, in all the other games that mousesports have played and they haven't lived up to our expectations, that's it. There's been those expectations there. We're not just expecting that they can win, we're expecting that they must win. In this game, they're the underdogs. Everyone's saying before the game even starts, okay, you did really well to get second, but you're not going to beat this Fnatic team. So all of a sudden, all the pressure's off mousesports, and they're free to just give it their best shot.
Get Right there, just messing up on the rafters drop. Down already to 60 HP.
So far, we're seeing this as that wasn't the Ravens that turned up today. Wasn't the Ravens of yesterday? Well, this isn't the Fnatic of yesterday either.
No, but also mousesports aren't Ravens. That's where we can maybe be seeing a bit of a difference. Get Right holding back. As you can see, mousesports have broke through here into ramp room, but Forest is still holding down by the entrance. They really need to deal with him. It's going through to ladder. Mouse.
This is interesting. Mouse are going to go all the way back through the radio room and up to upper. See, now, you would normally expect them to either go down the ramp or to go through and up the ladder up the other side. But they're going to go all the way back. See, every round they want to go upper, but they're figuring out how are we going to do it? What are we going to do differently that's going to get us back into that site? One of the few sites that you can totally stack almost every time and know that you've got a short distance to rotate together.
Here's Get Right, great bit of movement dropping down here, gets the second onto Tixo as well. It's now all with Roman, who was out there by the front. He's got 2, 1 versus 2, but Threat will hold. Fnatic losing 3 in a row will get one back to go back into the lead.
A classic little bounce through the window there by Get Right and some good skill. And he although he almost blew it, doing the standard popping out the vents when Roman happened to actually be there at the mini.
Yeah.
But yeah, Get Right is obviously always an X factor for this team. The rest of the players can all play great, but it seems like when they play good and he plays great, I don't think I've ever seen them get beaten. Especially not on this map.
No, very, very strong mid team.
Fnatic continuing to attack, Mouse continuing to attack this upper bomb site.
godb using his opponent's flash there as a bit of use going into that upper side.
This is a good situation for them here. Forest is going to try and go out as the bomb gets planted here. I think when you hear bomb planted, he's going to throw that flash and pop up.
Well, the 2 flashes have gone. Forest is going to follow. Brilliant play by Forest.
Oh,
Up once, second time not quite able to pull it, but he has Threat to give him the cover. Threat turns away. Flash was there. Roman will have him. And it's 4-4. mousesports bring us back.
Big round for mousesports here. And Roman is playing the kind of game that he needs to play. So mousesports at the moment showing that the old adage is correct. It's not how you start, it's how you finish this game.
Well, certainly this has been as close as it can be so far, with fnatic having that pistol round victory up to 3 and then mousesports clawing it straight back. Let's see who will take the lead. This looks like an aggressive push from Mouse down into ramp room.
Will they let him get that gun though? They're going to keep on that gun.
Surely won't. There's no way mousesports are going to risk letting Forest get that AK here in ramp. Already lost 1 man here as the flashes come around. Tixo will have Forest.
Here.
Get right is there with one of his own. DSN.
This is very smart play here.
What can DSN do? Not a lot. And it's all on cArn. 1 on 3. Only a USP.
So even when you're versus USPs, you can't be too careful. So you can see all these flashbangs. You see them pushing up, covering each other's corners. cArn has an impossible task here.
Well, fires through, and sounds like mousesports, well, they have got a bit of a fan club behind them, actually.
And at the moment, cArn not playing very well. And we've seen that in the games that mousesports have won, actually. It's not just that tactically they've been kind of outplaying the other teams. It's that in terms of a straight-up leader versus leader battle, Gobby's been doing some great fragging. And it seems like in the SK game, Vale wasn't quite able to get up to his level. I mean, let's keep your eye on how cArn can bounce back here, because we know how Gobby's playing.
There's a fast push from mousesports again into the upper side. Capio and Gobby both starting off perfectly. Yeah. Struggling here for more. Right now we have 3 remaining for fnatic, all 5 still alive.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see them try and save here. Exit kills are all they care about right now.
Get right, just waiting off by ladder. Roman's gone searching. Forest is down low. Where's cArn? Yeah, he's with Forest. So.
I've got to say, there's very few teams I've seen who attack the upper site as well as mousesports are right now. They've got just the right mixture of aggression, where you push in, not afraid of where the CT is hiding, but also just the right mix of team play whereby they cover each other's 9 just at the right time.
That will be mousesports taking a 2-point lead for the first time in this match. Let's see how far they can push this lead. For Mouse, a lead at the half-time stage would be more than ideal. And again, movement towards that upper side, but at least for now they're going to hold back. There goes the shots from Gobby. So wall spans on both sides.
To the hot, I think.
Fantastic from Roman there. So here comes mousesports. Spam those rafters. That's a good point that cArn made earlier. Well, yesterday actually, when we were no, the day before the semi-finals. No, that was yesterday. The relegation games, which was the day before. cArn saying, you know, well, the thing about that rafter spam early on is that most teams are going to be aware of it and not take those positions, but once you let a few 30 seconds go by, then they're going to take those positions, and that's when you can really do the damage. And so far fnatic are down to 3 hurt members remaining against 5 of mousesports. There goes Kapio with a double. DSN is now all that remains. Will he go for it?
Yeah, and as we're seeing here, Kapio plays well, Roman plays really well, and all of a sudden Mouse are looking pretty darn good on this map.
Tixo has found DSN at the end there as well. It's now 7-4. Things getting a bit more difficult.
And when you consider mousesports lost this pistol round, this could be a very one-sided affair right now.
Could be. I mean, fnatic, like you say, One Pistol had 3, and then they've only managed 1 round since that.
This is going to be a big test as well, because the old Fnatic were also one of the great teams at attacking on Terra's side of Nuke. This is a different Fnatic team though. So, just as we didn't get to see Ravens playing as CT, we also didn't get to see Fnatic playing as Terrorist. So let's see just how this new 2010 team matches up.
Kapio thinks there's someone behind that wall. Not sure if there was, to be honest, but mousesports not taking any chances. Again, we'll settle into those positions to hit the positions through the wall.
Oh, Gobby and Forrest are about to engage right now, outside.
There is Gobby. His teammate Kapio has just gone down at the side of him. Gobby will look for Forrest, kills. And it is Forrest that gets 2.
Monstrous kills there.
Forrest, maybe you heard us shout his name there, sprays the wall. Finally, Roman will kill him. That's like a personal insult there for Roman that that Forrest killed 2 of his men. Goes around looking for more, but threat. You know, Fnatic there, once they got that first frag inside of the lobby, they pushed up to keep it covered. And that's an important factor.
Very nice little display of skill from Forrest there. I mean, we saw literally that was a mixture of perfect technique and perfect movement. You saw on Gobby's screen, he didn't even have a chance to get a shot off there. Just the second that Forrest landed off his bounce, instant headshot.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult to play against that.
Early flashes from Fnatic once again into that upper side.
cArn is going to push in aggressively from up here. Big kill there on Tixo.
cArn will go in, yeah. He's lost most of his HP, but at least he's got the frag. And that sometimes can prove more vital and keeping your health to the maximum. There's Forrest hiding behind the boxes, deep in the ramp room. 5 on 3. Still Fnatic with a good grip on this round. Here comes another one from the opposite side. That was threat.
And the bomb is down here.
Get Right's in the position as well. That bomb down in a horrible area for mousesports to recapture it. And Roman has got so much on his hands now, and he won't be able to outmatch Get Right, who leaped up on the boxes. Fnatic come back one more. 7-6.
Yep, and again we see a game where it's starting to pull away. And all of a sudden, a game that looked like it was one-sided, it looked like mousesports were everywhere, doing everything. Everything they tried worked. And Fnatic have a real chance to end this either 1 round down or 1 round up.
Still wide open.
But we've also seen that mousesports, to their detriment, have kind of played more of a slow game once they got that lead. Whereas before, when it was kind of needed, that they desperately needed a few rounds, they were playing very aggressive on upper. So will they go back to what was working, or have Fnatic figured out some kind of counter for it?
Currently, mousesports using those early seconds again to take away health from threat and Get Right.
Now what cArn does here at the garage could be huge. If he stays here and does not show at all, I think he's going to get a free shot onto one of them at least.
I'll have to see. I think 6 was...
Yeah, they've gone back inside now.
Probing.
They've gone back. Ah, but here we go. Roman's going to crouch run outside.
Capio's out there as well, actually. There is Kapio. Can't all spot him. Flashes will be
he throws the flash.
Deep.
2 flashes.
Capio actually ran away around the corner then. He's going to come from the opposite side onto cArn. Forrest and Get Right both pick up frags of their own.
Capio's kill
waiting,
is vital.
and he is going to get the kill. And it's 2 versus 2. Get Right and Forrest, the 2 big hitters of this Fnatic lineup in 2009.
But 16 seconds, they've got to get to this bomb really, really fast here. They can't afford to walk.
Get Right's lower. Forrest.
I think mousesports haven't kept their eye on the clock.
Well, they're going to run in here. Roman, who has the bomb, is now going to run away. And they are going to keep that round on their side here, our Fnatic, and nice holding play from Get Right and Forrest at the end. Did enough to keep mousesports scared. Yeah, we hit the final round of this first half.
I think what you saw there was mousesports thought to themselves, well, Fnatic will definitely be covering this bomb, so we have a chance at killing them and winning the round. Fnatic actually saw that there's about 7 or 8 seconds left. With the position of where that bomb is, they're going to have to run non-stop to even get it down.
Yeah.
Again, Fnatic here are using the map to win the game. mousesports are using their aim to win the game.
Well,
so who's
this final round, they've come into this upper side very, very quickly here. Threat and get right, really going at it. And, well, got B there at the end, just not able to find the shots onto cArn that he needed. And it will give fnatic an 8-7 lead at the half. And I don't think they'll be too happy with that. You know, they'll be, I mean, you can see Threat holding his head. And I'm not sure if fnatic are going to be too pleased with themselves after that first half. And at least maybe it's a bit of warm-up and for the time to get in and read it, this could be okay. But obviously now they're going to move to T side, and that's where the real signs will start to show from fnatic, whether they're going to be good or whether they'll fold under the pressure, which, you know, mousesports will be hoping for.
I think that could have, that little bit of resistance there, like I was saying, fnatic hadn't faced any real resistance so far, any time that a team threatened to kind of put them out. So I think one of the positives for fnatic there, aside from taking that early half, is that it kind of woke Forest up, it felt like. And then they kind of had to realise, like, listen, we're going to have to adapt to what our teammates are doing. We can't just do whatever we want to do all the time. And you saw them adapt over the end of that half there. They kind of figured out what mousesports wanted to do, and they took certain things away from them. And mousesports themselves, they thought they had a few answers, but then they found themselves kind of grasping towards the end there. And on that very last round, I mean, I think they were all blind most of the time. They never even got a chance at that upper site.
Currently Forest who's taking a quick toilet break.
And Roman had such an incredible first sort of 11 rounds, almost nothing for the last 5 or so.
So let's get it underway then. Second half of fnatic mousesports, the grand final here of the Intel Extreme Masters European Championships. The winner will be taking home a little bit of money, $25,000. Pretty sweet.
fnatic usually like to play these, with their old team, they would like to play these terrorist pistol rounds at sort of a semi-quick pace. And what would happen is if they got into the ramp room and got kills, they wouldn't push round over the ladder room, they wouldn't push down the ramp. What they would do is they would hold for a little while, and they'd maybe have a man over at the lobby still. And what they're doing is they're waiting for aggressive pushes from the CT half. So let's see if they're going to play that kind of pace, or whether they're just going to go one or the other, really slow, really quick. And it was a very effective style as well.
We shall find out right now, because we are live and underway. 8-7 fnatic lead.
And we have USPs in the hands of some greats here.
Right now, one of them went onto the outer areas. Forest and Threat. Ooh, this could be interesting. Godby actually
boosting
climbed up here into the hut, and he's going to take the shots. Gets himself 2. What a brilliant second shot from Godby. They finally hit him there with a grenade to force him away, but, well,
look at this stack of upper that mousesports have got.
That was such an amazing move from Godby to go there early. fnatic not expecting it whatsoever. And his second shot, well, you could say maybe a little lucky as well.
They've got everywhere covered, and if 6 dies, then they know to rotate down. So 6 is going to take this shot. Whether he hits it or not, mousesports are going to know that they're going ramp. And they've got the quick position on that vent to get one man down.
Here's 6. Will back away. The problem is now, are fnatic going to hit it, or are they going to call Mouse's bluff?
Here we go. Up the ladder they go.
Yeah, DSN is up there.
28 seconds though. The clock's starting to work against fnatic now.
Here we go.
Now
Tixo taking 1. 6 is there as well. Capio coming in and will knife get right in the back.
You can hear the mousesports reaction to that.
Nice little move from mousesports. Bit cheeky, that.
And one thing you can say about mousesports so far, just looking at their expression, looking at the way they're playing this game, they're treating fnatic like any other opponent they've played. They have no respect for them in the sense that they're going to afford them any kind of space or undue kind of... they're not going to pull back at all in this game, you can tell.
Yeah, I don't think they are either. I mean, yeah, you'll probably see a bit of an annoyed get right now because, you know, he's that kind of player that, while he's pretty modest and things, you can tell that he's got an air of, not arrogance, but certainly self-appreciation, let's say. And he knows how good he is.
That could get under his skin for sure. That's the kind of thing that when he gets those 2 quick kills, it's going to make him want to push in for that kind of frag movie sequence so he can get a little bit of back himself.
Rest of Fnatic here on this outer area. DSN and cArn, the only 2 to stand. Now DSN has given his position away, and Kapio was waiting by the vent. Could have got another knife there if he really wanted. Oh, actually, Kapio, it wasn't by the vent. Kapio was by a ladder. Either way, mousesports 2-0 in the second half, and of course 9-8 overall.
2 Galils here so far purchased. It's interesting. They're going to go with Galils and flashes, because of course they've only got 1 kill on their team. 3 Galils. Have they all gone Galil, or have they got a couple of Glocks here? Let's see. Yeah, but it looks like they're all Galil. So all Galil, and it looks like all got flashes as well. So this is going to take a lot of individual skill to max out the parity between those Colts and Galils.
Well, there's an AK as well for Get Right, which could help them out here. They are now going to hit this upper site. Very, very fast here from Fnatic. There's Roman, Tixo, and Kapio.
Wonderful stuff
saying
there.
Absolutely no chance of you guys getting into this site. We've got it on lockdown. And only 1 kill, actually, in the first 4 rounds for Fnatic. Well, that came from Get Right. The score is now 10-8 Mouse.
And this is not a good economical situation for Fnatic now. Not only did they buy those Galils, but they also bought flashes.
Let's see if mousesports can truly lock this map down.
And here's one flash
Fnatic on an
Fnatic.
eco now. Who's on the upper side for mousesports? It's going to be Roman and Tixo and Kapio there in rafters as well. And it's simple.
And if you wanted a statement from mousesports, Fnatic have 1 kill after 4 rounds on their terrorist side. And terrorists where they need to get it done here.
Yep, 11-8 it is.
And what will this do to... Let's see how Fnatic can mentally hold it together if they lose their map choice like this. Just knowing what the deciding map is. Be very interesting to see.
Tixo here. He's going to have a peek from the garage area.
Oh, Roman's in a position to get spammed here. And they got him in the head.
That's going to be annoying for Roman. Well,
that's why you do that. That's why you do that boost also, so you don't have to get the slowdown of going up those boxes. So well done there by Fnatic. That's given them a little bit of an edge should they make a good upper attack this time.
To see if Roman's affected by that. Here come the grenades down into that ladder, into the ramp room area. Threat is the only one to have lost any kind of significant amount of health here for Fnatic. He's down to 28. Looking like he's going to make a move, maybe.
Oh, they don't know 6 is up in this position. If he holds this exact position here, doesn't move left or right, he's perfect for a kill when this guy comes through.
Here is 6. Onto Forest. God B will take cArn and DSN. Here's the last one. Tixo will shut down the one, and Tixo with USP dies, but Kapio will drop down right in front of him. And that's 5 in a row for Mouse. 12-8. And Fnatic managed 1 kill that round as well, so they're up to 2 now. And we saw this for SK in their match. In their second half, just not able to pick up frags.
Kapio and Roman so far. They're the players getting it done for the mousesports team. And God B, it just seems like all his kills just matter so much. Sometimes he'll only get 2 in a round, but they'll be the 2 most important.
12-8 Fnatic, 12-8 mousesports lead.
And now will Kapio get spammed? He's in that position, so's Roman. And that's what Fnatic are doing, spamming the area, they just haven't hit them yet.
Forrest has worked his way out very quickly here to the outer area. And is taking a position already by Garage. It's going to see him maybe get this frag.
Gopi is going to go behind them, the metal stairs, if he can. That's why he's trying to sneak behind them.
Roman, he was there in the window, onto Forest, as I said.
But here comes the ramp attack, and only 6 is there.
Flash has come in, slowing Fnatic down just a little.
Oh, look
6 will take down Get Right. 6-2 moving on. Kapio has come around to back him up, and this is not looking good at all for Fnatic. cArn's still on 100, but he's going to meet 2 probably here as he enters ladder. If he goes ladder, he's got to get through ramp room first, and there is one of them in there. It was Roman who was tucked away in the corner. There is 6 who will double up to finish off the round, and that is 6 in a row. Ironic, as mousesports move 3 away from first map victory on fnatic's choice.
And we just saw how locked in Six's aim is there. When that man ran out of radio room, he just ripped his head straight off. The first bullet out of his gun. And that spray. The man was jumping, and it's like he just sprayed him out of the air in an arc. So we see Fnatic do not want to attack ramp room right now with that kind of range for Six's cold.
Get right, currently on the outer. Made it as far as the red box. It looks like Fnatic's major focus will be on this outer area this round. Of course, last time it was Forest who lost out. This time he's picked up the first frag onto Tixo.
Oh, Six is going to head outside now. He's going to flash first.
Tix is dead. Here's another one peeking actually for Mouse. Fnatic now should use this opportunity and maybe get in there. Godby and Kapio bringing it back. It's Roman and Kapio.
Capio's going to go down. So it's going to leave Roman on his own here. He's come back up again. Oh, DSN's right near where Kapio is.
There is Kapio, and wasn't able to get the frag through the smoke, but Roman here could cause an upset.
Unfortunately, he's looking to his left. If he looked right a second earlier, he might have seen the man.
Here comes Roman.
Is that the
taking his time? This is brilliant from Roman, and, well, a little bit unlucky, to be fair to him. He was expecting one person to come down from the bottom as well.
I mean, that might look kind of amateurish the way he got killed there, but he had to take that risk. Because if he had have seen another Fnatic player there, that's how you win the 3-on-1.
That will actually be Fnatic's first round of the second half. Finally got a few kills on the board. And,
but where are Fnatic going to attack? What position are they able to get into here? Looks like going outside.
cArn at the minute has taken a hit through squeaky door. He was watching there for a good while. DSN in trouble there as second man could go down quickly for Fnatic as well. Kapio firing down. Not sure who he was on that outer area.
Godby is aware that Forest is out here though. He knows that he's trapped in by 2 guys. So I don't think he's going to see him peek unnecessarily.
Kapio still covering
that
Tixo
position. Though, ready to kill them if they come around that corner. Crossfiring with Godby, I think. No, Godby's dead.
Kapio up high. Looking like it's empty on that outside. Get right's gone back, threat's gone back. And cArn is still holding lobby.
Threat's health could be a real problem here. Kapio any second now is going to peek on them. Oh, what a time to spam the wall. Now they know where he is.
Right, coming in here towards ladder room. He's going to keep moving through. There is 6 who does not get right quite low. Down
Tixo's
to 22
down there,
HP actually.
The time.
Here we go. 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Get right starting to make his entry into this lower bomb site. cArn is dead.
And the time is really going to work against mousesports now.
Well, the bomb going down. As Tixo will move in. It's now all on Threat, who's got just 10 points of health. Waiting on that vent area.
And they've got the full clock to work with here.
Here comes Tixo, and Kapio will have him. And that was well covered from mousesports. They let Fnatic get 1 there, the first of this second half, but they'll not let them get any kind of run together. And mousesports move 2 away from first map.
And again, we didn't get to see how Fnatic would play that terrorist side. And at the moment, real problems on this side for them.
Well, maybe this is how Fnatic are playing this T side. mousesports have them on lockdown. They can't find a way in.
I mean, that's another thing about that WEM tournament they won. They didn't play Nuke in that tournament.
Forest down to Roman. Godby will pick Get Right as well, and this is already looking bad for Fnatic. Threat has moved through into radio room, but again, another grenade sliding in there, and he could find himself in a similar position. 6 just spraying through. DSN's made his way onto the outer. We can see that Godby is there at window, and that's the start that mousesports really were looking for here. They're down just to 1 man now, and that is cArn. Finally, he's got a kill. He's got 4 more to find. Roman's low. As he moves in towards his upper side, he's going to be hit from both sides, and Tixo will mop up, and that is map point, mousesports, 15-9. And they're just obviously 1 away from moving through to Inferno, their map choice, with a 1-0 lead.
Well, it might well be 16-9, just the wrong way around.
Here we go. mousesports setting up again for a round that could see them as ginormous favourites going into that next round. Yeah, money was pretty much bargained on that 14th round there, even though it wasn't good. Get right.
This is over.
His last man alive. He's going to drop down, and he's got 1 man in front of him. Good shot onto Godbeat. Probably would have been better.
19 health now.
Yeah, probably would have been better going for his weapon there. But they are going to push in here. Close range from Kapio. He's now got the M4 from Kapio.
It's going to seal it now.
Here goes. Get right. And Roman will be waiting there on ramp. And that is good game. 16-9. fnatic will lose out on this first map. Their map choice to a ecstatic mousesports by the looks of things.
And 3 kills combined for DSN, Forest and Threat on that T side in 10 rounds.
Not very... well, not what they were expecting, let's say that. And now we are going to be moving through, after that first map, to an interview. But before that, we'll be going to a commercial break. And then when we come back, it's going to be Carmack down there with Cengiz from mousesports. I think Cengiz didn't actually answer the question there. Does he ever want to get in there and do the fragging? Yeah. And I know his real answer would have been, it's probably best that I'm not in there trying to do the fragging.
I think he'd be more nervous if he had to go in there right now and play versus fnatic for the title.
I think his teammates would be more nervous if Cengiz had to jump in and be the 5th man for whatever reason. Just a quick update. Facebook.com/ESLTV. We're giving away this little beauty, which is the SK mousepad, actually signed, another SK mousepad, signed by the whole SK team. But not only that, it's even a little bit dirty because this is the mousepad that FaZe has used in this tournament as well. So Facebook.com/ESLTV if you want to win that. I'm pretty sure you won't miss the comments thread that's going on there with the chance to actually win that mousepad. As far as the game goes, we've got fnatic here. If I take a quick look, mousesports have just returned, so we should be able to get the second map on Inferno underway. What do you think's going through? I mean, we heard from Cengiz there what's going through the head of mousesports right now, but what do you think's in the minds of fnatic?
I mean, one of the beauties of fnatic, and this has always been one of their strengths, is that they might be stronger on one map or another, but they're good on all the maps.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would hope if they're going to get back in this game that they're thinking to themselves, okay, mousesports took our map selection, but you know what? We're really good on all the maps, so let's take their map selection back now. And plus, I mean, they've already seen that mousesports can be beaten on this map. So, I mean, I think the confidence will still be there for fnatic, but now is the time when they can't second-guess themselves at all now. They have to just play like fnatic.
Yeah, and you have to wonder maybe how much it affects fnatic not to have their manager behind them, Mr. Sam Matthews, although I know firsthand that fnatic, well, they can perform well with a manager or 10 managers or no managers just as well, and I think their titles kind of show that throughout the period of time that we've had this fnatic lineup in there in one shape or another throughout the years. So we're just getting mousesports in to back into the server and back onto their side, and then we can get Inferno underway. What do you think about Inferno? Because obviously we've seen mousesports in various, what can I really call it here? Various states, if you like, in terms of their Inferno games, and we've seen good matches from them, we've seen bad matches from them, and we've seen, well, downright amazing matches from them. Obviously, as their game against SK that went into double overtime kind of proved yesterday.
I mean, from the way they were playing in that first game, the players that were hitting their shots, the way Godb was kind of picking his spots to attack, I mean, it has the feel like maybe we're going to see an Inferno game like we did yesterday against SK.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think this could very well be a really close game either way again, because I think fnatic can definitely play at the level SK played at. So, I mean, fnatic I would actually favour fnatic on this map. but I think it's going to be really close.
Well, we're going to get underway here with the knife round, and we'll see who will get their choice of side. No messing around here for Fnatic. They're going straight in there with the knives, and they're going to take this one, surely. Yes, they are. Not even losing a single man, and that's how a knife round should look on Inferno. Everyone rush down, get the kills, and, you know, get things underway. And Fnatic going to have the huddle. Get right, making as much noise with his hands as is possible at the moment, trying to get themselves kind of fired up and really move on with this. And of course, Fnatic are going to stick to CT side, and you know, this game really up in the air now with Fnatic losing out on that last one.
And let's consider that when Fnatic did play that first tournament with Threat, when it got to the playoffs, they played great, everything went well, they won in 2 maps each time. So, I mean, this is the first time they've ever placed a real backs-against-the-wall situation with Threat. This is the first time he's ever had pressure on him where he has to perform. So, I mean, let's keep your eye on how he's going to do in the first half of this game.
Well, we're going to get this first half underway. It's the second map, Fnatic versus mousesports. Obviously, mousesports with a 1-0 lead in terms of maps as we hit Inferno, which is the map choice of the Germans, who will be looking to seal things off with a 2-0. And, you know, this map that Fnatic have just lost is their first map loss of the entire tournament. We'll have to see how that kind of shapes up and
Threat
proves to maybe be important.
Being slow to get into the ear sight here. mousesports going Glocks, walking up to the second mid, but taking the conservative route so they don't get pushed by some of the great USP players that Fnatic have at the window.
Here goes Mouse, dropping carefully down in towards this middle area. They're going to make a push out. Let's see what DSN can do, because he's probably one of the first to meet up with them here. Just can't be behind the box, and he will go for the shot. He did take a bit of a hit, but mousesports certainly have taken most of the damage at the start of this one, with Threat taking the head off one. There's DSN for the second. Fnatic looking good to pick up pistol on CT side.
And back go mousesports to B. But Fnatic are rotating over. This is a good rotation speed. Forrest decides to go back. Get Right is behind the box.
Good thing about mousesports, everyone's used to their slow play style, and if mousesports can make a team second guess themselves, that's where they can really open up holes, especially when it comes to these rotations. There they go, they've spotted 6.
Get Right is going behind them at middle. This will be key. Oh, he misses his shots.
And mousesports from that are now going to go charging into this site.
And Kapio gets some crucial headshots onto Get Right there.
Yeah, Get Right down. 4 versus 3. Here's one man on the site. Jumping headshot almost from 6, but Forrest will outdo him, and it's now all on Kapio, who is going to move his way out of balcony, and Fnatic's remaining 4 men were already there. No chance for Kapio, and Fnatic pick up pistol. As they did actually on CT side of Nuke as well, worth noting.
But we've seen that mousesports aren't going to try and force this. They're going to play their game. This is the same style we've seen over and over. In the wins, they play like this. In the loss, they play like this. So, I mean, they're going to need confidence to make it work, but it feels like this is how they're going to set up a win.
Kapio there just having a look at middle and see what could be in store for his teammates. And it's going to be double grenade there. Threats will pick up the frag onto 6. Roman losing health as well. And as mousesports set up this little stack to peek up through into apartments, Threat could be ready and waiting. DSN is there as well. He peeks over the top. It's now Godby and Tixo versus 5. Surely an easy round for Fnatic to mop up here. Get Right's in behind him with that FAMAS. And DSN was there as well. Easy round for Fnatic as it turned out. They only lost a bit of health from DSN. No men going down, and that's 2-0.
And here we go by from some of the players on mousesports. We've got Galils and AKs.
This is an important round for Mouse. They know that they've had some good terrorist halves against SK. They had a good show in there as well. Now we will see if they can do it against Fnatic.
Right is getting aggressive with the banana hit. Oh, Tixo's moving up quickly.
I have to notice that mousesports are a lot more aggressive here with weapons than we've seen them in previous matches. We'll have to see how that works out. Tixo taking down DSN. Here comes the move into this netted site, and it's looking good so far for Mouse. Roman has taken down Threat in Big Pit now. He'll get his head taken off by Forest. Grenade onto Tixo as well. What can Forest do? Will spray. Godby is there. It's now 2-on-2, but the health advantage firmly on the side of fnatic.
The bomb is down.
Godby still waiting in that area. Still not sure exactly
Get right, he's
where
moving
those
around
players
behind Kapio now. But he's going to go back and he's going to go apartments. This is a smart play with the time.
Here's Kapio. cArn will take him. Now Godby really has to find his form again. Flashes have gone in. There's the bomb.
Godby's in trouble here.
There was the bomb.
Because even if he can get to these,
Get right, as you can see,
along.
moving back.
He's going to be there in about 3 seconds.
Get right. Not peeking just yet. He'll let Godby make his own decisions.
20 seconds left.
And that is Godby's decision. Bomb planted. Now, Get Right's going to move. Is Godby going to think about a man moving from that side? He won't.
Oh, he doesn't know where Get Right is, though. He doesn't know
Get Right's going to get in, and he will get the kill with the FAMAS. And he will go for that AWP before he gets the defuse. Hops down, picks up the defuse, and fnatic take it 3-0. And mousesports should be now back on that eco, although they've killed 4 and they've got the bomb down. So maybe, just maybe, they can afford something here as well.
Get Right's a man obviously known for his aim, known for being aggressive and playing off that. But, I mean, we saw him use his brain there very well. He saw there was 40 seconds left. He knew that they were trapped in that area of the site. So rather than go around the right mid, where they're going to expect you, one of the 2 spots, he kept walking the whole way. And at the end there, Godby couldn't be blamed. He had to look at those positions. And it was a guaranteed win for fnatic.
Mixture of Galils and AKs here for Mouse.
This is a real desperate round for mousesports right now. They planted, but all the same, this is a vital, vital round.
Currently, those grenades being pinged down Banana have taken away a lot of health from the Germans, but they're not going to be too disappointed as they start to move in here up Banana. Roman will land the frag onto Get Right.
Let's see what cArn can do here. Is he going to just peek onto this position, or is he going to make them run in the site first?
Well, he's not peeked, and mousesports are going to go middle. DSN still over towards that Banana site where cArn is holding as well.
We're seeing this classic mousesports style, constantly using that middle to their advantage.
And here is the middle. They've got that under control for now. They start to peek out. Not sure if they actually saw anyone from fnatic there, or whether that's just hoping.
Godby pushed right up at the apartments here. He's about to flash into the site, but he sees a fnatic player there.
Still 3 of them moving around the left-hand side. Godby had spotted Forest, but Tixo will move in, and this is a good bit of play from mousesports. Threat and DSN coming back around. Capio will now have to do it all alone. 2 versus 1. Moving in quickly. Flash right next to him, but it's not blinded him fully, but Threat will be there. Well, Threat's earlier kill, plus that one, equals a 4th round for fnatic. But don't give up yet, mousesports. We've seen that they can certainly work their way back in these matches.
And we've seen some incredible CT play over a couple of matches from mousesports. I mean, as long as they can get out of this first half with more than 5 rounds, this isn't over. Full flashes into B here.
Lots of early action here, and of course this is an eco round for mousesports, and Get Right will actually claim 4.
Sauberman, we hear from the fnatic players there.
Get Right having a good time of things. To be honest, I think fnatic have found the spirit, and that's something that never seems to go until maybe the game's over from them. They'll keep their heads high until it's really not going to happen for them.
When you're as good as fnatic, you know you can't force it, so best case scenario, try and stay even keeled. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Just play loose.
Right now, mousesports, standard stuff. 1 man going up that alt middle area.
Tixo, if he pushes up here, we'll see go right into the crosshair of DSN. But will he ever push up in this tournament?
Well, his position generally to hold that area. He's doing that, at least.
Good flashbangs here to get entry, but they don't know there's someone behind that box to the left.
And here's Get Right to join in. That man behind the box will be cArn. They will wait for him to reload, and that was smart play by Roman. Smokes are down. But mousesports aren't all together and can't push that area yet. Six could be the man to make a big impact on this round for mousesports. Here is Six, and he will take the head cleanly from Threat. And now it's all on Forest. Bomb should be coming around here with Tixo.
I think you're going to see him save his gun here.
Forest not going to move over towards this site. fnatic are going to concede a round. Yeah, Forest will wait it out. 1v3, not even worth it. And mousesports will finally pick one up. Obviously... and
we saw there, we've seen it time and time again in this tournament. What makes Six an amazing player is that he can have 20 health, but his aim is so good that he'll just get those headshots onto you before you have a chance to kill him.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all or nothing when he does it, but the amount of times we've seen him hit it in these big games, it's becoming uncanny at this point. And that's another benefit that having Roman on your team brings. Now Six doesn't have to play well, but when he plays really well, it's going to push you over the top.
5-1 the score. mousesports picking up their first of this second map.
And that was a costly round for cArn there, because he had a great position behind that box, got that first kill, but then you saw he kind of rushed it. He sprayed too many into the box, and that let Roman kill him. That kill might have completely slowed Mouse down for like maybe 20 more seconds.
mousesports not faltering from their default strat, which is 3 men always over at that alt mid area. Tixo to go up and cover by the stairs.
And people might be wondering, bearing in mind all the teams who watch demos, how can mousesports keep doing the same thing every round and not get punished for it? That's execution. When it doesn't matter if they know what you're going to do. If you do it perfectly, then it works. That's the beauty of the terrorist side on Counter-Strike.
Tixo just backing off here for just a second. Yeah, the opening may be the same every time for Mouse, but the ending is definitely not. Tixo still waits, and now he's going to make his move. Will there be anyone there for Tixo to play with?
Full flashbangs, they're committed here to air.
Working in nicely. Tixo got the opportunity now to move as cArn will open up with a double. Tixo does spot one, but he's blinded, and he actually will be sprayed down to 75.
Time to save is gone.
Yeah, 1 versus 5. There's no kind of entry here for Tixo. But doesn't seem to bother him. That bomb is down there. Tixo will take the head off Threat. Only 4 more to go. A wasted grenade, maybe.
6 seconds.
There's another man. DSN will open, and that will be 6-1. fnatic bouncing straight back there after conceding the 1 round. No problem.
Good spawns if Mouse want to rush here towards B.
You have the feeling they won't, though.
Outstanding.
Yeah. 3 and 2. 2 on the ramp. 3 up towards alt mid.
It's aggressive pushing from fnatic down the banana though. 3 with grenades, about to run down now and attack Roman's position.
Stay here with Roman and Kapio. Splash is coming down. There's the second one that will catch Roman as well. This is where fnatic are trying to kind of catch out the early game of mousesports, rather than just leave it to the late game counters that they've been doing so far. Get Right still at the end of banana.
Now, is Roman aware that Forest is up the ladder though? Because if not, well, they are now that those flashbacks have come down.
Forest was a bit unlucky there. The flash came in just as he jumped over. mousesports with 44 seconds of still to find any kind of kill, any hole in the defense, or make a decision as to what their true plan is.
They're going to go B here.
2 still working middle.
And here we go. They're going to do a split. They're going to do one of these tactics that Mouse will do. They will gamble like this. But Forest through the wall in the head.
Oh, good. Here is finally Get Right dropped. Tixo will move into the site. Forest is there.
11 seconds. They can't even afford to engage in a fight here. They have to plant.
Oh, that was brilliantly worked again by fnatic. And again, you know, start off slow, but when they push back out, they just sat there. Okay, Mouse, you can play slow. Just you have to come to us anyway.
And that's the problem with those rounds where you split your team up like that. When they work, they're brilliant. But when you get the men with the bomb damaged, then you put way too much pressure on your other players, because basically they'll have only one option left and the enemy knows what that option is.
This round for mousesports going to be an eco.
But you see that fnatic have basically put that map behind them completely. They're just forgetting about that. For them, they have to win 2 maps. They've reset the tournament completely. And mousesports just going to waste some time. I think they might be talking during this round.
Yeah.
That's why you've got Godby in Spawn. It's a good situation where he can just talk to his team. They can waste a little bit of time. Because as we've seen, those timeouts are costly in this tournament. You don't want to waste one until it's a time when you definitely need sort of that 5-minute period to get some real tactics discussed.
Yeah. Right now, Mouse making noise in Banana. They've run that clock down. They're going to have the whole kind of time just to chat here, and then they'll probably just move in, rush one area. cArn's taken one. Here they come. Forest working it. Threat there as well as Get Right on Banana. And it was an easy, obviously, round for fnatic. Hardly losing any health in the process. And they will guarantee a lead to their T side, as they are now 8-1 up. Get Right's 14-4.
mousesports still looking for some answers here. You've seen, as soon as you take away the A site from mousesports, it becomes very difficult for them to attack. Because they will attack B, but they prefer to attack B when it's to your disadvantage, when they've rotated you over. They don't like to just attack B straight up.
Yes, and there you saw go a bit aggressive, looking through the window in apartments and picking up his first frag of the round. Onto Tixo. So God B gets Tixo's position now.
And threat is right there for him if he comes round.
Right, not moving here either. Nor is God B. Bit of a standoff. There was God B for a split second. And he's come back into it as well. There goes DSN opening up onto 6. The grenades have come in actually around this middle area.
Now
Flashes
Kapio
will follow.
must kill DSN for this round to work. If he can't, then DSN's going to have a free chance to lock off the side of that site, as we see.
Yeah, Roman is there as well. Godby has killed 2, and that's a great bit of play. DSN, though, really the man that's opening up here a lot. Godby all alone, and they've lined up for him, and Godby's going to take it.
That was incredible.
Well, the early part certainly was. The late part, he got a bit lucky.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
still executed, but
sometimes the spray turns right, and it turned right for Gob right there.
The fact that the remaining 2 fnatic players were stood right, one in front of the other, really helping him out. But let's not take anything away from Godby. That was magical. But that's only the second round of the half for mousesports, and they've got to turn those nice little moments into more rounds. Currently 2 of them.
And that was an uncharacteristic mistake from fnatic there. Normally in that kind of situation, we'd see them slowly try and move it from opposite directions. There, they kind of rushed it a little bit. They thought, he might be low on health, let's just quickly end it now.
Here we go. Tixo with Galil working up on DSN. And DSN smartly backs away, throws a grenade. We'll have pretty much a free kill. Kill onto Roman as well. And he's timing on the flashes perfectly suited here for Godby, who is now probably running confidence through his veins. He picks off threat. The remaining 2 players of Godby and Kapio.
See how quickly they'll go. They're going to walk it in here.
Kapio spotted one there, but not able to do anything more about it.
Luckily, he's got this smoke, so let's see if he uses it. Wow.
Good double from Get Right to finish off the round. And, Fnatic will bounce back after that unexpected loss that gifted mousesports their second round. And we'll move to 9-2. There's still a chance here for a really, really heavy Fnatic lead moving into the second half. There's 4 rounds to go in this first. Fail nade from Get Right. Second one was better as he tries to move in. He shoots cArn in the shoulder, but him and cArn both going at it here. cArn actually picking up another one. Get Right will be there with a USP. And of course, that round simple for Fnatic as they move to double figures at 10 rounds to 2. And you know, even 10 rounds I think Fnatic would be happy with off the CT side, but they know, well, they can hit 12-13 at this current rate.
And somehow you knew, no matter what had happened with mousesports on that first map, that this was going to be, at the very least, a close game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the beauty of Fnatic. No matter what happens, what the map is, who they're facing, they always are able to compete somehow. And that's because they're talented in so many areas in the game. When you have that kind of versatility, you just have to figure out, okay, which area of our arsenal do we have to kind of unleash here?
Here goes the flashes and grenades from mousesports as they start to work up Banana. There was a grenade tossed back. Probably from Get Right or cArn. Let's have a look around to that side. Yeah, cArn playing the front wall position. Probably the most aggressive position without going through that archway.
And we can see just from the scores that Mouse haven't wanted to hit B, they've been forced to, and as a result, the B players for Fnatic are the ones racking up the kills here.
Here we go.
What a costly
cArn
kill to
with
lose.
the first.
Doesn't even get a bullet off onto cArn.
And they move in further, but still are not able to find anyone in that site. cArn's only taking a slight hit.
Six needs to pull out some magic here, moving up these stairs.
Which he does. He gets himself one.
Wow.
Roman will follow around, and it's now quickly a 3-on-3. Bomb should be planted by Tixo.
And will they
Yes,
hide?
it will.
They must hide, but will they hide? Because if you peek, DSN's going to get this AWP shot.
Yeah, AWP in position here. DSN rings off a couple of shots into the site. Here come Threat and Forest.
Oh, this flash.
Threat double flash. Forest to follow them around. What will they do? Grab Roman. Roman will grab DSN. 6 is down. Tixo and Roman, though, coming up big there at the end. And mousesports will move up to third, up to 3. And this last round for mousesports, the last 2 rounds for mousesports, I should say, are really, really crucial for their second half performance, I think, as they move to CT side. We know they can do a big CT side, but you have to feel that Fnatic, if they can pick up the last 2, will at 12-3 be looking to finish off early.
Fnatic are flowing here. Even on that round that they lost, they used up the entire clock in the best way they could. First of all, they tried to let Mouse sort of ruin their own play by peeking. Then they got kind of the best push they could have gotten. They didn't hit the shots, but I mean, they gave themselves 2 chances to win in that one round. And usually that's kind of the sign that things are going your way, where even the rounds that you're losing, you're making the right decisions. And you know that if you can just keep that up, you're going to win in the long run.
Current crawl from mousesports.
And see, mousesports are just forced to go B every time, and they just haven't managed to get that B. Aside from that round, it just hasn't looked good so far for them. They haven't been able to get the smokes on properly. They've been killed by people like Forrest and Get Right through walls or spam. And here we are again, before they can even get into the site.
Yeah, they have taken a fair bit of damage, but the double smokes are in place, and that's important now. Now, 1 man to the good, and if they can really have a lockdown on this site, this round is going to be theirs. I think aggressive positions are going to be what can win them this round.
A lot of counter flashes here.
And 6 is in one of them.
Yep.
Here is the aggressive push from 6.
6 must stay alive here.
Threat has killed Kapio. Forest and Threat are the last 2 players. Forest has got 1, still hanging back, not pushing into the site just yet. Threat will be, but that clock is ticking, and Fnatic are going to save their weapons for this final round of the first half. And mousesports are, of course, going to move up to 4. And they all survived there with like nothing. Oh no, they all died even in the end. On the overlay it showed they were still alive, but that will be 10-4 and 10-5 for Mouse. I think they'd be really happy with after everything.
Everything considered, yep. I mean, this is not a round where they've had 5 solid attacks on any site. So just to take 5 rounds out of it, that's kind of salvaging from what has overall been a kind of lackluster terrorist performance from Mouse here.
There's Get Right with an AWP.
But one thing's for sure, if mousesports are going to win this in 2 maps, we're going to need something either at the kind of magical level of yesterday's overtime game or above it.
Mouse going to make the entrance into the netted site. Forrester's head, after he got the kill,
Threat is under the wooden area.
Yeah, they were pretty much counting on that one, I think. Because there is DSN.
Oh, a second away from that shot.
Bomb thrown up here by 6.
This is a good position for mousesports to win this round. All they have to do is hide in the site and do not peek.
cArn doesn't want to let him get the bomb plant in at all, which he won't achieve.
Does God B know that cArn is in that little pit? Get Right is going to move around. Will God B stay hidden?
Here we go. Get Right moving in from mid-right. There is Get Right. He will be sprayed down, but it's now a 1 versus 1. God B versus cArn. And God B will take it. And it's a 10-5 half-time scoreline. And yeah, I really do think that, you know, the happiness factor will be with mousesports right now after managing 5 rounds because, let's be truthful, a lot of those rounds, they were finding a brick wall at every entrance.
Yep. I mean, that's a half where if you didn't see the score and you weren't keeping a real close track, you'd think Fnatic had won 12 or 13 rounds.
Certainly. And now, of course, no messing here. We're going to get straight in with the restarts.
And crucially, we've seen mousesports sort of pick up that clutch factor. And that's what won them those games in overtime and those big games that they needed on this map.
Let's see then if Fnatic can put this map almost out of reach of mousesports. Or whether Mouse will bring us back to, you know, a 10-8 maybe, or a 10-7 at least, without having too much of a resistance.
We all remember that it was God B with some really, really great timing that got them this CT half the other game when they needed it.
Oh, they've done well to get 6 there while they were flashed. Here is Kapio on the site.
Oh, Roman's going to flash perfectly here.
Yeah, that will force Fnatic away.
They have to go back now.
No way they can go for that. DSN.
And now God B, let's see if he's going to hide at all. If he hides, he's probably going to get a shot onto the guy who runs right in the site here.
There is God B, pulling back, wondering if
cArn's right below him.
He doesn't know if he's been spotted here, but he will have now, but still takes the head off cArn. And there is Roman onto DSN from the CT archway for mousesports to pick up pistol, and the comeback is on.
And now an important factor for Mouse could be, can you stop Fnatic from planting the bomb on this eco? If you can, then you're really going to open up that 3rd round to potentially winning that too.
10-6. Let's see what Fnatic are planning here. It is an eco for them. Nade's not doing any real damage at the start. Fnatic are going to work down middle. Is someone on that one side of mid? No, it's just Roman who's going to come into contact with a lot of Fnatic players here. Kapio working it as well. There's Roman. And Fnatic now backed away. Kapio wants a bit of the action, and he will get a bit. And it's now at Forrest. If we can get round to him. Yeah, there he is. And he's just going to go flying out the side. He was knowing that he wasn't going to pick up anything in that round whatsoever. So kind of just jumped out there, say hello, as we hit 10 rounds to 7. Fnatic still leading, but getting closer and closer.
What's crucial for Fnatic is not to get too caught up in the individual rounds. What they need to be thinking of is, we just need 6 out of the next 13. So we need half. Let's just get a couple of strategies that are working and then figure out the right times to use them. They can afford to lose rounds. They just have to win 1 every 2, essentially.
Aids into Forest Threat and DSN, knocking them down a little bit
kill
low.
from Roman there.
This is of course a buy round for Fnatic. This is an important one in their overall picture.
And to lose versus farmasses like this is going to be really costly. Because those AKs, that's a much better weapon, obviously. So, I mean, this was a chance for Fnatic to get back. Get some of that lead back and start pushing it out. But still only 1 kill for Fnatic this half.
Smoke down. That's a mousesports smoke. Get right, not knowing exactly where the Germans are hiding. And mousesports playing this one smart now. They've got the opening 2. Now they're sitting back. Here's Get Right.
Gob B is going to be in a good position to kill cArn if he runs out of this apartment.
There's Kapio as well, who's pushed up middle a little bit. He's going to have men coming in towards him. He clipped cArn, but cArn's going to go hunting for the frag. 6 gets Get Right.
The time is really against Fnatic right now, 20 seconds.
Yeah, the bomb is with Threat, but let's watch Tixo, because he's on the actual site itself, as Gob B will go down. Here comes one, Tixo will be sprayed out, and it's now all left onto Kapio. And this round was definitely mousesports as for the taking. Kapio 2-on-1, Threat and cArn.
Yep, that was a very costly peak
Kapio.
there.
Where are these 2 Fnatic players? Kapio looking around. There's another FAMAS for him. He's going to take a look around to middle, but you can expect that man maybe to have moved. He did kill cArn, but Threat had peeked out from balcony, and Fnatic will take the 3rd round in this half to go up 11-7, and mousesports maybe now feeling this game is a little bit out of reach, maybe.
I mean, we saw when mousesports are good and Gob B's playing well, he's decisive in when he chooses his timing. That was one of the moments when he really did not need to peek. He peeked twice, missed the guy who was running from the library area, and then it was that peek onto the guy who was coming from the right side of middle. That was so costly there.
See if Fnatic can turn this one into a 2-2 second half scoreline.
Especially holding FAMASes, you do not want to get it even numbers when you've got FAMAS and they've got AK.
Gob B's going to have a peek here. Gob B could do a lot of damage to Fnatic because he is going to go out there. He does get himself 1. He spotted a second, actually moving just back towards the underpass. And look at those grenades and spray through the wall. Gob B lucky to get out with 40 health, I think, after all that. Get Right is, of course, down for Fnatic. And it looks like the Swedes are maybe going to go for a B site hit. Is on B for the Germans.
Will Kapio peak at all here?
It's going to be Kapio who will go down without a fight. And that's bad news for Mouse now. But not all bad. They're going to go in for it. Roman here from Banana. Actually, it's 4-on-4. Now less as DSN gets one of his own. Position's given away there by the flashes coming over, but Gob B and Tixo, yeah, they've run away here. Or at least are trying to. Gob B got shot in the back. Tixo going to take some damage as well as all 3 remaining Fnatic guys come running out. And they will make it 12-7, 4 away from giving us a 3rd and final map. Which would be Tuscan, by the way.
This is looking good for Fnatic here. I'll be interested to see if they're going to try and hit that B site some more now. Because when you do that, you can see that mousesports, they don't like to aggressively push in there. They hope they can blind you with their flashes and then kind of angle shoot.
I think B's been the weak side so far for Mouse, to be honest. And of course, you're on the eco, so Fnatic looking like they'll move up to 13 unless something goes terribly wrong.
And if Fnatic have been watching the demos, they'll have seen that. They'll have seen all the magic for mousesports happens when people attack the apartments on the right side of mid.
Yeah, right,
Tixo and Kapio are in a good position here to, if they just hold and don't peek, to actually get a kill onto someone moving up the right side. Let's see if they'll hold now.
Tixo partially blind, but can still see these men coming through. He does get the kill onto one of them.
Forest.
Godby up there. I think Forest actually ran out of bullets there as he was firing onto him. And Threat will finish the job. And that is 13-7. Fnatic leading. Can hear a bit more noise from the Fnatic camp when they are winning these rounds, which is a good sign, I think. Now we see Fnatic looking to move up to that important 14th round, which would mean then mousesports having to win every single round to win without an overtime. Boost to middle, I guess that's 6. Sorry, Tixo that's up there. Yeah, we've seen him play that position against SK a lot yesterday.
Yeah,
but
and this is a nice little boost, but I mean, obviously, they're going to need the Fnatic players to actually come up the middle for it to be at all useful. And in fact, it has worked against Mouse before, because sometimes they want to keep that man up there for the height advantage, but then they don't rotate him over to B in time.
Well, that was a good opening move from Fnatic. Nades came in through Arch. Wall spam was caught 6 down to around 20, I guess. Yeah, 21.
And this could help, because Get Right's going to peek out, so Tixo better have his aim trained on that middle now.
Tixo just keeping his back
With that
away.
smoke, this will be a free kill if Get Right comes out.
Get Right is right there. Here comes the flash. Tixo, not sure how
he's
blind
looking right
he
at
is.
him.
Actually, the push here from Get Right will be flashed up by the defenders deep inside of that B bomb site. Roman will take the head off Get Right. Here's Roman looking for a little bit more special as well, but he'll be gunned down by Forest, who then loses his life to Kapio. This is a very back and forth round.
Oh, he's planting right in the open here, but 6 is not going to attack.
On in the site. 6.
6 knows where he is. He's aimed right on him. He knows exactly where he is. Will he fire, though?
Here he comes, and 6 will get the kill.
We saw 2 little moments there of amazing game sense. Get Right either had studied and knew that Tixo liked to be boosted on that spot. He came out looking right at him. And then 6 right there. Aside from half a second, he was just trained on him through the wall the whole time.
I think we have to be a little bit careful in those 1v1 situations, because I noticed it's like, you could probably drop a pin and hear it in here. So
okay,
I'm pretty sure they're far too focused to listen to what crap we're throwing out of our mouths, but, you know.
Well, to be fair, he was already looking at him when we said it.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, it would have been kind of bad if we'd have said, and if he was just to look behind that box.
And then he looks at it and gets a kill.
But yeah.
13-8 it is, and mousesports not out of this, but let's be fair, it's not an easy comeback that they can expect here.
That grenade was pretty bad.
Get Right, still edging around here, and he took a bit of that blast from the grenade earlier on. mousesports down to 3.5 men, let's say, with Roman well below half.
That'd be a really bad TV show. mousesports has 3.5 men. God B is Charlie Sheen. 6 needs to get this first kill for mousesports to have a chance here. Oh, he looks away. And will he flash for no reason here? Oh, well, that worked.
Perfectly done. We'll now flash out to the opposite side.
And Fnatic had a man in A as a distraction. And he's held God B over there. That's another thing they might have seen from demos, that God B likes to stay if he sees anyone there at all.
It's 4 on 3 now, and this is very doable for mousesports, but
they must go together here.
The next kill is so important.
Oh, look at those 2 kills.
There we go. It's now 1v1. Gob versus Get Right, and Get Right is much lower.
He's going to use all the time up by going behind him, and now God B has to defuse.
Will Get Right.
God B's going to get it.
Here.
He's got it.
Get this. Oh, Get
Lord
Right's going to take him.
Incredible timing there by Get Right. I wonder if he was counting in his head.
I did very much imagine so in that kind of situation. That will be the 14 rounds.
I mean, that's such a dangerous situation. If he literally runs in half a second too late, imagine how embarrassing that would be.
Bit of a shame there for.
But once you've got your man that close on the timer, he's never going to let go.
No, exactly.
So, I mean, brilliant work overall. Now Mouse are in real trouble.
Yeah, they're on an eco now, Mouse as well, and you know, once they hit this 15 rounds, Fnatic, you can say, are pretty much guaranteed to take this map.
Fnatic aren't going to commit to any area.
We know now that that eco is in place, and here comes DSN to try and mop up. Where's last man? It is 6. Will come down Banana, cArn will hit him, and that is map point for Fnatic. And looking like we're going to be hitting that third map of Tuscan here in the next few rounds. Fnatic only needing that one. Of course, this is the grand final of the Intel Extreme Masters European Championships, if you're just joining us. And it was mousesports who won the first map on Nuke. And they're looking to, well, probably lose out on this second one, but Tuscan the third one. We can break that down and talk about that a little bit later after we're all done here on Inferno. Well, let's not count
we need some FAMAS kills here. DSN is going to push up towards Gobby's position with threat. So how will Gobby hold this? Will he move?
Flashes and smokes down on that CT archway. cArn is going to watch the back here. Doesn't want anyone going in sneaky. Surely cArn's going to get that frag. He must have been very, very close. Kapio working onto Forest, and it is now 4-on-3. Advantage Mouse.
Oh, Gobby here. He needs to get this kill here.
Threat above him. As the flash has come down. Oh, Gobby will step out into one of them. Actually, his teammate was there. cArn's got 2. It's 1 versus 1 again. cArn versus 6.
He hasn't planted immediately.
6. Oh, and 6 is going to take him, and mousesports giving themselves a glimmer of hope here. 15-9. And 6 in a row.
And 6 had been almost completely absent on that terrorist side.
Yeah.
But I mean, as we saw in those games, in that overtime game, he just kind of came to life when they needed him.
6 in a row after 6 gets the kill. Is it just coincidence or is it fate? In a game of numbers, it's probably more of a coincidence, I'd say. Here's Fnatic looking to seal the deal and not let mousesports get too clever about what's going on. DSN down to 18 points of health after that little Roman spoiling the party. After that little exchange, I was going to say. Before Roman broke in. Get right, DSN and cArn. Remain for Fnatic. 5-on-3. Tixo still watching the middle area. Kapio will go around to back up that B site. All is quiet once again here for Fnatic. 50 seconds still remaining, so they've had a minute of the round, but
they're going to attack Roman's position here. And again, he's going to take that risky little peek where you don't have your gun out. And now he knows they're there.
Flash came around from his teammates. And here comes Roman taking the peek. He gets one and done a big dent into DSN's armor there. Roman, they will make it 2.
They don't know he's under the wooden
3. And there will be Gobby who steals it at the end. But yeah, DSN was concerned about that man under the wood. And that will be 15-10. 5 more in a row for mousesports to give us an overtime.
We've seen some great FAMAS work here to keep them in this game.
Yes. Lots of clenched fists over at the mousesports lineup.
And you have to remember, this is one of the things about Counter-Strike 1.6. Before 1.6, there was no FAMAS. So in these rounds, you were either going Colt, no armor, or you were going armor and a USP and flashes. So this is another facet of the game that kind of developed over the years that's made it more interesting. That's why you have so many close games nowadays between these top teams.
Fnatic Eco and chat round. Right now.
Yeah, this is a good idea for Fnatic. Bearing in mind, even if they win this map, they're going to need a third map, so they don't want to use this time out too soon. Especially on Tuscan, they have no idea how mousesports are going to perform on that map. Currently
we Like we said, fnatic on the eco.
And Roman's going to flash them just on that ramp.
Here's Kapio, and they're lined up, at least 2 of them for him. There's 3. Will he get the final one? No, Tixo will team kill him. That's like, Tixo, I want to kill. Roman will get around for him, and that'll be 15-11. 4 to go. Looking down at the scoreboard, cArn 10-9, Roman 12-7, Kapio 10-8. Score 6-5 in this second half, and of course those 4 would give each side a 10-5 half.
Let's see if fnatic go back to attacking A now. B rather. Because we've seen all these attacks on A, and we've seen mousesports again doing some incredible stuff at A.
Fnatic's opening on this round. Whoa, 3 grenades down early.
Oh, and God B's going to try and use this smoke to his advantage.
Mousesports will probably be annoyed to know that none of that actually hit in there. Those 3 grenades. Could have been big for them, though.
Flashes into B. And they've committed. They're going fully into B here.
Yep, 6 is going to be there at the back. Forest is down. That's a big frag. DSN using the corner play and that smoke to try and pick off 1.
This is where Mouse have gone too slow in the past. Will they speed it up a little bit?
They know the urgency here. Six has got 1. It's an exchange. It's 4 on 3. cArn at half health. What can they do here? fnatic holding on. 20 seconds until the bomb explodes. cArn is dead. Threat is still hanging around. Threat will go down. It's now all on DSN, and Roman will pick him. The defuse will come in for mousesports, and they bring it back to a 3-round difference.
And the biggest frag of the whole round there was God B killing Get Right, who was about to sneak behind them from CT spawn. And we saw the way Mouse wanted to hold there. So if he'd have gotten round, that probably would have been the difference.
3 more rounds for mousesports. And 3 more rounds for fnatic to take just 1 of them.
But with this kind of momentum that they built up again, I mean, it almost feels like mousesports can do this.
I'd say so.
It feels kind of 50-50 as to whether they're going to right now. Despite the fact fnatic only need 1 good round.
Oh, they got it this time. Those 3 grenades, fnatic weren't expecting it 2 in a row. 6 will be here with the AWP. Forest is a bit annoyed, I think, at what's happened in these last 2 rounds, and they will push around. 6 is now dead. Who is in that site for mousesports as well?
Surely it's holding the box.
No one else? No one else. Bomb is planted.
Oh, and DSN is holding a tight angle there.
2 men and an injured Forest. What will mousesports do? They will force their way in with DSN being dropped first.
Threat's going to take that box at the back.
Let's watch Forest here,
will he
because he's the man. 16 HP. Roman will take his head off. It's now all on Threat, who sprays down Kapio, Roman and Tixo, and it will be Tixo to get the frag. Roman will defuse, and mousesports bring it to 15-13.
Mousesports have to play flawless, and at the moment they are playing flawless.
Money can't be good for fnatic.
It's so difficult to retake that site when you've got players who, if they want, can just hold those boxes and force you to rush in after them. But we're seeing mousesports. At the moment, it's sort of a picture-perfect example of how you regroup and then go in as a team.
15-13 it is, as 6 will again take the first man. He's lost a lot of his own health. Mousesports are rotating around there really quick. That's a brash decision, actually.
And if 6 misses one of these shots, you have to feel fnatic finally gets their 16th round they need.
Yeah. Godby's position could be influential in this round as well.
You notice the way he exploits the smoke there. He never just sits directly behind the main part of the smoke. He sits so that his opponent can't see him because he's not moving, but he will see the shimmer as the opponent moves through it.
Yeah.
That's a vital way you defensively use the smoke. It's usually seen by AWPers, but we're seeing godb use it here to lock off that entire apartment.
cArn has killed Kapio. That's a vital refrag for fnatic. Question is,
Tixo wants to peek in this window room here.
They're going to go B. fnatic are in, actually, onto this banana site.
6 is possibly going to kill the bomb planter here. Oh, what a flash.
cArn will move around the back. Roman is dead. fnatic now 3 frags away from picking up the victory here in the second map.
And this looks terrible for mousesports with how far away they are.
Bomb is planted.
6 needs to hit some kind of miraculous shot here.
threat's going to die. Surely, no, he's at 3 HP, and he will kill godb. That's got to be the frag that's going to win it all. DSN will finish, and fnatic will take the second map, 16-13, and mousesports will probably be gutted after that one. That was such a long comeback.
3 rounds away from IEM European Championship Finals 4.
Just, you know, the whole drain of that kind of comeback is probably going to work in favour of fnatic moving forward. But, you know, fnatic themselves will be under a bit of pressure after, you know, losing round after round after round after round after round after round after round. Actually, technically, in terms of numbers. And, you know, they're probably now going to have a bit of a breather, because I think that's a difficult match to play when you're so close to victory and you can see your opponent coming back at you all the time. But for now, obviously, we're going to go over to a quick break. But when we come back, as ever, it will be more Counter-Strike, and it will be the third map, the decider map, between mousesports and fnatic here on DE Tuscan. Don't go anywhere. And mousesports are going to stick on T side, so they're favouring terrorist for the start of this third and final map. What are you expecting to see from mousesports in terms of, you know, their strategies? Are you expecting an aggressive mousesports here?
I don't think you're going to see an aggressive mousesports at all. In fact, I think Inferno is kind of a good reference point here, because what you're going to see from mousesports is, unless they're going to surprise us and do some kind of heavy flashing rushes on A, which we saw from alternate attacks.
Yeah.
If they're not going to do that, then I think you're going to see a lot of the fake and switch mousesports, where they'll go to one area, they'll push right up to the point where any other team would be committed, but then they're going to pull back. So I think that's what we're going to see as kind of the default strategy for mousesports here. But then again, maybe they want to kind of wind fnatic and just come straight out of the gate, all guns blazing, hit those sites hard, knowing that fnatic are going to be thinking that it's going to be the slow and steady mousesports. I mean, if ever there's a time to do it, this is when to do it.
So, fnatic versus mousesports, third final matchup. Of course, the winner takes home $25,000 and also a first place check and the shield that's on our table right here. Maybe I'll steal it before the end of this matchup and I'll get to keep it instead. Here's mousesports setting up for a push into this A site.
An aggressive hold here from the fnatic players. They're going to be quick on the rotation here, coming up middle.
Big hits already. And through that smoke, you've got, I think, a very nice angle to be shooting from, actually, down towards Kitty, wherever you are in this site.
Oh, and look at this position. DSN is going to come quickly up the Kitty here with Forest.
There is Forest, getting himself one. DSN will join in, and fnatic not losing a single man.
And they sounded a little bit like old-school Macho Man Randy Savage there. Wow. Coming off the top turnbuckle.
Maybe got a right to be sounding as cool as that.
Exactly.
As cool as Randy Savage. And, of course, they didn't lose a single man in that one. So, pistol to fnatic. We've seen them play Tuscan here on ESL TV before, which resulted in a 16-1 victory against Roskilde Ravens. 16-1, the second map? Yeah. Easy one. Right now, Mouse sitting back and waiting for fnatic to be making the moves.
And we saw, similar to that pistol round, the key for fnatic in that game was being aggressive, so that if the other team were going to be hesitant, or in mousesports' case, methodical and slow, then it means you completely find out early on, okay, which areas are they loading over then? And then you can get aggressive and kind of just hold them and contain them in one area. Because as we've seen, mousesports is very good when you don't contain them, so they have free reign to just change and go to different areas of the map.
Here come mousesports. Get Right's got a great position to hold off this fight. They did have two men coming actually through the door from sewers. Get Right got killed before he could pick anything up, and this is a good deagle round.
But the bomb is stuck behind the box.
And Forest is still alive, and that's a big thing for them, as Roman only has 5 points of health. These deagle headshots have got to come quick and clean, otherwise he's going to be dead. And here comes cArn around the corner to pick it up. fnatic, a little bit different to their pistol round, which was completely without loss. A bit of a shaky second round there with the deagle round from mousesports, but it won't matter too much to them. I think, though, Looking at mousesports, it's Deagles again.
A pretty solid round from mousesports there. I mean, they had a couple of shots that missed, that if they'd have hit them on the guys more towards middle, would have basically completely turned the round the opposite way. So it would have been one Fnatic guy going against the bomb planted and two guys kind of crossfired.
Mousesports again holding back.
And K6 is going to sneak through the sewers with his Deagle.
Sewer man. Let's see if he can achieve a bit more this round from that lower push. Here comes an aggressive little move down cap from Get Right. The counter nades coming around.
The 180 shot
dead.
there.
They're in on this site, and there's an M4 being picked up. Tixo will get one. Now it's Roman and Tixo. Tixo still with a Deagle. There was an M4 down around there.
DSN's moving up behind them.
Yeah, and as Tixo actually got the bomb out there to plant, he's taken a hit. Oh, Roman's got the M4 though. This could be dangerous for Fnatic.
DSN with 16 health, and they know exactly where he is. mousesports might even be right just to hold here. Now, do not peek if you're mousesports here. They don't know cArn's going round, that they've swapped positions, but all the same, if they peek at all, this is very dangerous.
Yeah, cArn really has to come up big here for Fnatic, and Roman will take his head off. And it's now all on DSN, takes down Tixo. Can he find Roman? Roman will have him.
Huge round.
Third round going to mousesports, and that was all about Roman.
And he risked it all by rushing out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm guessing he knew because he'd seen how many shots they'd put onto DSN. He knew DSN had no armor because he had the USP.
Yeah.
And then he knew that he only had to hit him once or maybe twice. So calculated aggression there.
Great stuff from Roman. And that puts mousesports right back in contention on their terrorist side. The question is, how will they play it from this point?
And with all those kills on the second round and getting the bomb down, this is a fairly even situation right now.
Who's got an AWP?
Deagles and Farmasses.
DSN has got an AWP.
Deagles and Farmasses for Fnatic here. This is an interesting semi-buy from them. That's right, they've got an AWP for DSN there. So one person must have spent all of his cash and then the rest just bought.
It's got to pay off from DSN now.
And it has so far.
Yeah. Now Tixo and Roman again.
But again, all it's going to take is this one kill. Any of the three Fnatic players go down, and all of a sudden mousesports are back in the driving seat. Roman is going to sneak through the sewers. And just for clarification, that again is a mill-based reference, because I don't really know what you'd call this position otherwise.
Underground. Or something. Threat.
This is a good idea.
Threat watching kitted. DSN here.
I mean,
the flash has come.
Forest is going to be there, but they've got a good chance to kill Threat and then get in on this site. And DSN is all the way over at the other. There we go. There's the first kill. Forest has to make this count.
Yeah, Forest must come up big.
Oh, that smoke and flash. What a good combination. It's hit Tixo, but Forest has no way of knowing that. But will Roman peak this time? I think he's going to, because he kind of feels like his aim's on. But if DSN can just hold that spot.
Forrest is going for the Deagle rather than AK, looking for the first kills, and he will take the first head.
Oh, DSN the same situation again, but Roman goes through the door. Does he? Is he going to use the AWP against DSN here? Because there's too much time left.
Oh, he's seen his gun through the door there.
They've won. mousesports have won this round.
And Roman will peak as well. Gets himself an AWP. And 6 has been on his feet 2 times in 2 rounds.
And when we consider that if mousesports had gone out in that group stage, everyone would be saying, what happened to Roman? What about this big transfer? I mean, at this point, he's got a chance to kind of make himself the kind of legend we all thought maybe he could be in some of those alternate teams.
All right, now proving he's certainly worth it. And we saw him yesterday on Dust 2 against SK as well. When it really matters, Roman stepped up.
He's proven right now that he's a big game player. And that's kind of the factor that mousesports have been missing this last year or so.
Here's an eco from Fnatic. Of course, that last round Bit of a random buy-up, I have to say. And they were counting on DSN's AWP, which picked up, I think, 3 kills, but wasn't, in the end, anywhere near enough.
Interesting choice by Fnatic, because they're known to kind of play, they're so good, they kind of play standard in their terms of how they buy. So they decided, okay, we're going to take a little risk and sort of bring it to Mouse, because if we win this round, I mean, it's going to completely throw mousesports off. And they almost did, but we saw that when you do buy an AWP like that and you're the last in a 1v1, then you just can't hold back like that.
Here we go then. mousesports looking to take a 4-2 advantage.
And it looks like mousesports want to hit the right side of the map this time. We've got Kapio specifically waiting to kill someone flanking.
mousesports had a little bit of a peek up middle, or alt middle as it is really. Fnatic sitting right back, and mousesports not obviously playing fast whatsoever in this first half on their T side.
And after killing one of the Fnatic players, that's definitely the way forwards.
Now they look to split the map in 2. Boost up on the box maybe here for Tixo. Maybe not. They're just going to go and aim it out. Aim it out. And it'll work out perfectly for them. Tixo.
Yep, and Fnatic are going to try and save their guns.
Yeah, Forest sitting back here.
See, that's also one of the beautiful things about playing it slow like that. Once you get the pick, since DSN's playing the other side with an AWP, even if you get in that situation where it's kind of like a 2v2 with a bomb planted, you know that he doesn't have the same kind of mobility that the player from the other side would have had with a Colt.
Yeah.
And you're almost daring him to save his gun each time this way around.
DSN keeping eyes out. But he's not going to be found here towards the end of the round. Forest either. And they will keep a hold, but mousesports have a 4-2 lead. And Roman is leading the way at 12-3. Great stuff from Roman so far. Of course, yesterday mousesports had their backs to the wall in a double overtime match against SK, and then the second map, they really took hold of things. Maybe today it's the third map that they'll take hold of it. Well, either way, the way mousesports have played here have shown that this transfer of Roman has made a big difference to the lineup. Good early pick from DSN. Six starting to move across. I think he's clipped. Yeah, cArn there.
Get right with a big kill there. Tixo is going to attack DSN's position, it looks like.
Flashes down into banana from DSN. Not sure if he knows if anyone's actually there or not, but yeah, 6 is the closest one.
This is, and whether they've read it from knowing what Fnatic will do, this is the right attack here from Mouse. They're giving themselves a good chance of getting this bomb down.
DSN misses 2 shots there, and that will be very crucial, I think.
Forest coming in now. The speed he uses is going to be crucial. He decides to go up at the top way.
Well, they've got Get Right from behind as well.
Will he get a free kill here?
Tixo is going to be instrumental as well. Taking the right decision, I think, Tixo. Coming behind Fnatic on this upper area. There is Tixo, misses his shots, but he's got a grenade, and Get Right surely going to go down to it. No, he's not. He's moved off. Get Right's actually pushed away, sprayed Roman's head off, but the round will be going to mousesports as the bomb explodes. And they hit 5-2. Good stuff.
There we see again, this is mousesports at their best tactically. They keep attacking the A site in such a manner that it's daring Fnatic to leave DSN with his AWP at the B site all by himself.
Yeah.
And then when they attacked it there, it meant that Fnatic they hadn't played retaking that site yet. And we saw Forest was kind of just a little bit off kilter there. He was trying to go different places. He couldn't find anyone. And in fact, he ended up getting killed from outside the site.
Fnatic eco here. Except Get Right, of course, who has that M4 that he saved from the previous round. fnatic not wasting this opportunity.
And when mousesports win this round, they're going to need 10 out of the next 22 rounds to win this championship.
This could be a big factor, though, giving away a gun to Forest. Actually, I think Six may have it covered there for a second. DSN does have that M4 that Get Right dropped earlier, and mousesports working their way around now via Kitty into this A-bomb site.
Forest only has 30 health. He can't afford to miss a single bullet here.
Is he going to go for it? Nah. Good decision by Forest. You can't. I mean, Forest couldn't apparently get out of that area. Onto the boxes. There's Godby, there's Six, and there's Tixo. They're not hunting yet.
And Mouse are more than happy to play this game where fnatic keeps saving, they keep getting the bomb down and winning the round.
Yeah. They'll have no kind of qualms, I think, with letting those two fnatic players really keep a hold of their weapons. Sure, they'd like to have them away, but no big deal. They're winning the round right now. 6-2. We've got 7 remaining in the first half. And you have to feel that fnatic really need to start coming back into this one.
fnatic cannot afford to split these last rounds. It has to be all fnatic, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. So let's see where Gob's going to call here. Get Right is going to AWP down the middle.
cArn as well has played this nice little aggressive touch down alt middle. From mousesports.
They're aware that that's where cArn's playing, you can see. They haven't managed to hit him yet. And he's going to push round. Meanwhile, Threat is playing in the sewers area, and Tixo's about to come around there. Threat is about to hold on this sewers area as they come around this corner.
Not fully quiet from Tixo either.
Oh, but he's moving backwards. I wonder if he's heard anything. This is very bizarre. He seemed to have a good position there to possibly get the kill on them unsuspecting.
And now Tixo knows.
Now he's opened the door, yeah.
Someone's coming in or
this
someone's going out.
This could end up costing Threat big time here, because he's not going to be looking through this door when Tixo comes through.
And they will get him. That was great play from mousesports.
Forest is in the spot to get the kill on Tixo, though.
Maybe a little situational there, but they won't mind too much. Forest down. Get Right with an AWP will be blinded. And we'll have to back away. But look at DSN, leaving it all on Roman. And by the time the flashes have cleared, DSN has mopped up. And made it 3 in that round for him. A nice little hat-trick.
Very big round after that. After they got that entry onto Threat, you had to wonder if Mouse were going to overrun that site there. Especially with Get Right kind of just hopping around with an AWP, not really being able to do anything.
Yeah.
Huge play from DSN. And we've actually seen that in the latter part of 2009. DSN's re-emerged as a player who's able to get a lot of kills with his rifles again.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was, you know, with the lineup change for 2009, I think it was extra hunger there for DSN, to be honest.
I mean, he was able to get away with not having to be as good, and they would still win the titles, whereas now they need him. And when people need you, that's when you're going to give your best. This is a very good situation, though, for Mouse. They're getting in these great early round situations. And it's meaning that just for fnatic to even keep some kind of, keep a close distance to them, they're having to go all out and just pull out amazing rounds. And is this the beginning of one?
Right, it's got one.
Get Right still with that
They're
all.
off. I think they're backing away. Yeah. Get Right's not going to be able to go anywhere close. Threat, of course, died. Here's Get Right, close range onto Tixo. But he's looking to save that and not do, you know, go and lose it, which he will save. But mousesports, of course, will pick up the round as a whole. And are now 7-3 in the lead at this point. 5 rounds remaining. Mousesports only need 1 more, of course, to guarantee themselves a lead moving into the CT side, which, you know, for them, depending on how far they go in terms of, you know, the lead, they're going to be very happy with.
And unless this is some kind of tactical decision they've made as a team, I mean, this might not be the time for Get Right to try and prove that he's a great AWPer here. Because we've seen mousesports take these sites over, and he's not able to have any impact on that.
And Get Right is 5-6 at the minute. set up quite deep.
Great nades there onto the cArn position. They didn't manage to do a lot of damage, but they've certainly scared him off here. Now DSN's going to try and get aggressive with his AWP. Let's see if he's going to spot someone. This will either be a headshot off the AK, or maybe he'll get his shot up. There we go.
Six was ready and waiting for that one.
And that's huge. Because now what goes through the heads of the Fnatic players in A? Do they hold? Does one of them rotate over and reduce the strength of that site? It's pick your poison time.
mousesports running the clock down. We're about to hit 30 seconds, and that'll be the crucial point for them to start their move. Forest is down.
Off where they think the AWP is going to be.
Oh, Get Right being sprayed down, and this is a round for mousesports, no question about it. They've not even lost a single man yet. cArn has 2 HP. He's hoping that he can keep this M4, but if he's spotted, he's dead. Unless he gets a bit lucky with the opponent having their back to him.
And all of a sudden, Fnatic are putting themselves in a situation where they're going to need one of those incredible shot-out halves when on their terrace side.
cArn desperately trying to run away, and Tixo, he could hear the footsteps getting closer and closer there.
And we've seen
move to 9.
You only have to take a quick look at the scoreboard to see the fact that not only are Fnatic not even being able to get any retakes, but I mean the guys at A are having a real trouble on this map at the moment.
Of just holding in the first place.
I mean, cArn's tried to mix it up, he's tried to get aggressive, but he hasn't. I think at most he's only ever gotten 1 kill doing that. He's never been able to actually stop the mouse attack at the early part of the round. It's taking incredible late round play from the Fnatic to win any of these rounds. They're not able to stop any of the mouse attacks.
Yeah, and this is an eco as well for Fnatic. It's really not working out for them. Only Forest
spraying by 6
is able to do anything. And 6 will get him at the end. Patrik. I think mousesports are, I don't know, they're feeling how close they are in a way to winning this championship.
And if they can take
9-3's big.
If they can take even just one of these remaining rounds, this is going to be huge, the implications for this pistol round.
Let's not forget, mousesports could still end up on 12. Got B shoots out the vent, I assume, telling his teammates.
Threat is getting aggressive here.
Yeah, and Threat has killed one. Get Right comes in from the opposite side as well. Nice little pincer movement down into that area.
And we've seen again, if you want to beat mousesports when they're executing well, you have to attack their early default.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can stop them from getting into their moves. Tixo is going to go through the sewers again. While 6 pushes up the middle. Are they going to time this right? If they do, he's going to get his man. He's going to get Tixo's man looking the wrong way.
Get Right's got a grenade in hand.
There's a man in the house though.
Tixo's going to move, and that grenade from Get Right did kill 6. And Tixo will fall to him as well. It's now all on Roman. 1v4. Could really be a hero if he gets this one. Will spray 1.
He's got a chance to plant this bomb.
Yeah, smokes are down in a good position, but it was Roman against Get Right. Get Right came out spraying. And that's the 4th round for Fnatic. 9-4. And it's still fairly close. I mean, Fnatic, as we know, can certainly pull out the stops on the T side on Tuscan.
And let's keep an eye out on how aggressive Fnatic are going to be now.
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting part. Whether they're going to...
Looks like they might be going to push some people down that second mid part.
Well, DSN and cArn have done this a good few rounds in this first half.
Get Right is moving down the sewers area. So now they kind of switched things up, and they're the ones getting aggressive on mousesports here. Get Right is going to go all the way around and try and get behind them if he can. And this is going to be dangerous for Tixo. I wonder if mousesports pop that for no reason like some teams do. That's a bad habit to get into, so we'll see. Oh, Tixo, he pops it himself with the Glock. This is going to be very dangerous.
Oh, and there is Get Right underneath.
And what a time not to pop that open.
He was just like, yeah, okay.
Gifted that kill,
Easy.
essentially.
There is Kapio losing out to Threat. Forest will be out aimed by God B, but here is Threat.
Here comes the smoke.
Yeah, the smoke's going to be important for Threat to kind of beat through.
Oh, Will Roman seem to his left.
Ah, that was well played there by Threat, actually. When he saw the flash come out, walked through it.
And of course, Get Right has only just come out of those doors.
He still gets the kill. It's now all on 6, 1v3. 6 did get the kill, of course, onto Get Right, but wasn't able to find any more. That's 5 for fnatic. Final round of the first half.
And if fnatic can manage to win this round, this will be big. 6 rounds after the kind of trouble they were in. And when you consider how good they can be on pistol rounds.
Here's that offensive start again.
They win this 6th round, they win the pistol round. All of a sudden, it's almost a tie game.
Ooh. DSN will go back now. His teammate cArn is dead.
Get Right's on this bridge. He's pushing into B.
Will they push around? They won't. They're not going to push DSN here, but there were some kills exchanged.
Kapio's in the A site at the moment. Looking to flank someone. If he goes through this house, this will be very interesting.
Kapio will find DSN. That could be the icebreaker here.
But he got headshot as he was doing it there.
mousesports coming in, and they're going to try and overpower this A site. Forest at alt middle. Get Right is in the middle there by a window area. Will peek out. But obviously the smokes are down. The bomb is planted. Of course, it's the final round. Forest and Get Right.
Capio's got a very deep position here. He's right back in storage area 1. He's not going to peek. He's going to use his low health and not peek until the very end when they have to try and defuse.
Get Right still moving in. It's all on Get Right, and Roman will take it. And that is a 10-5 first half scoreline. And mousesports, I don't know, they're in the driving seat now as far as if they can win pistol.
6
they're
out of 15.
looking at 13.
6 out of 15.
But
and for all their problems,
fnatic
this
as
is
well.
almost a dream situation for mousesports here. 3rd map, all you need is 6 rounds out of 15.
Comiendo, boys.
And this
Probably
pistol
heard
round
that.
especially. For mousesports, they can afford to lose this pistol round. fnatic, definitely not.
I think fnatic's best way to beat mousesports now is to going to be playing slow as well.
Yeah. I mean, they have to kind of try and drag it out as much as possible.
They've lost Get Right already. That is bad, bad news, and they're going to back away.
I mean, we've seen on CT sides, Mouse are at their best when you're rushing in and they just have to produce kind of crazy individual skill moments. When you go slow over and over, sometimes they'll make bad decisions.
Forest already
Let's see if Roman will hold this bridge position here where they're going to push.
God B's had one. Here comes the aggression from God B with his second.
This is an unusual position to hold here.
Where is DSN? He's here firing away. He's run out of ammo. Will they push him down? DSN hopping in, and God B will take it. That was 4 frags from God B. mousesports, you could say maybe a bit happy with that one. Not sure, actually. Certainly Cengiz will be happy there. God B, as we've seen in previous games, when he's going big, mousesports are generally in tow as well.
And fnatic about to start 2010 the wrong way.
Let's not count the Swedes out.
Deagles from fnatic here. And they're going to wait for mousesports to push.
Not sure that Mouse are, though, you know. 2nd round. Why? Tixo waiting with a grenade. Down banana. Still waiting with a grenade down banana.
If mousesports can just somehow stop this bomb being planted, this will be huge.
Here we go.
Tixo
is going banana.
Keep your eye on Tixo here. How defensive will he be?
He sat back, and actually they've got 2 frags early on here, fnatic. This could be very dangerous for mousesports as Forest comes in as well. Bomb is planted. 2 on 4. God B and 6 have now got a huge task. God B gets threat.
Oh,
God B
look
gets
at this.
Forest. God B will be shot down by Get Right, and that's really, really bad news. As 6 is now
And he has no kit
28
either.
HP.
So he has no plan on going for it, it looks like. No kit.
Oh, he's got that one man out there. That was Get Right, and Get Right will take him with a deagle. And Fnatic turn this match on its head with a second round victory, forcing mousesports back to an eco situation and giving them all the money to start their comeback.
And mousesports had a number of Colts in that round.
Could that be mousesports losing their focus, over-celebrating? Let's see if Fnatic take it equally as slow.
Oh, full stack on the A site here by mousesports, but will they peak? If they stay hidden, then this will be very interesting to see whether Fnatic are going to go slow and try and check every angle, or whether they're going to finally decide to push in the site.
There is going to be a peak. Forest is the one that should be able to take it here, and Forest will open up. Threat is there with him, and Forest is joined by Get Right. They did lose Threat in all that, but it was pretty successful. The initial grenade from Forest actually pretty much half wiping out mousesports. That is 11-7. Getting closer. mousesports will kick themselves now if they lose this match. Really will.
And we're going to see them eco through the sewer here. This could be a good move. The only problem is that Threat is behind the sewer area. So even if they pop out, he's going to have a good shot at them. In fact, all the Fnatic players are.
Yeah, they're waiting there in top sewers, so... Kapio is the one to have pushed down furthest. But Fnatic here, as you can see, this is a final. They're not going to make any rash decisions. They're going to stay slow and calculated. Keep mouse at arm's length.
And they've correctly figured out. You see, this is one of the problems. mousesports are doing a smart thing by not showing, but because they show every round at the A site, it means that when they don't, the fact that they're not doing it is what's suspicious. And Fnatic have figured this out and they've gone to B.
Yeah, and bomb planted now and ticking away, and mousesports have a job to get anywhere near the site, never mind get a defuse in. Two of them around that middle area. Let's watch here. As I think, who was it there? Forest. Going to have a bit of a peek as well as Get Right. Here is Forest. We'll just spray the walls. Get Right was there as well. Deagle to finish. Another easy round from Fnatic. And again, just keeping it slow. 11-8, mousesports still leading though. And now, of course, they have money back in the bank and will once again have weapons in hand to try and right their wrongs in this second half. Of course, they won pistol, then lost second.
And this round's where we're going to see what this new Fnatic team is made of. If they can take this round, it's going to give them the confidence that they can push on and get this victory. Oh, look at these kills from Roman. Oh, he hits him, but then he gets killed.
Oh, Kapio and Tixo really starting to shine here over by that A site.
Tixo showing some AWPing here. mousesports not afraid to mix it up here. And Capio's going to stay over at that site.
Yeah, Threat's going to try and join Get Right as fast as possible now. The bomb is
How
with
aggressive
Threat.
will Get Right get here?
Here we go. Threat into
Kapio
the
at the wrong site entirely. 6 in a really bad position, pushed up middle.
Not sure what mousesports were really trying to do there.
The time had gotten quite low. Maybe just a momentary lapse in the train of their thought.
Good
What
bit
a
of
kill by
crossfire.
Tixo. And now they need to go faster.
They know where he is. Yeah, I'm going
Wow.
to say they knew where Get Right was there. Tixo was...
I'm not even sure you can fault Fnatic there. That was just great play by Tixo. I think he had 3 AWP kills there. And
Well,
nobody was expecting him to have an AWP in that site.
I don't know. For me, mousesports should have had one man over, at least at mid, there, to help that cover. And that man probably should have been Tixo, to be fair. Six had already, or maybe Six who'd pushed down that alt middle area, but either way, Mouse are going to win it. And that will bring them up to 12. They're 4 away from the $25,000. And obviously, more importantly, the gold shiny shield on our desk.
Oh, and cArn is sneaking through the sewers with DSN. So keep your eye on, let's see, 6. Keep your eye on 6, and let's see whether he gets surprised or not. Because he's not looking whatsoever towards that sewers. But Gobby is.
Yeah, and
Gobby has a grenade, I think, primed.
Six's position will catch fnatic out here. DSN was the one that wasn't blind, unlike us. DSN now starts to move in. Get the smokes.
Oh, look at that headshot. Immediately dinked him.
I have to get the smokes down here quickly, fnatic.
Kapio dinked someone there.
They've planted without smoke. Interesting. That will probably force the mousesports
Forest
players away.
Near Tixo's position, I think. Ah, okay. Mousesports are going to save.
Yeah, that smoke going down without smoke obviously made it harder for mousesports then to retake the site. So good decision. Here is Tixo on to get right. Sorry, Kapio. Still holding nicely here and obviously looking to take those weapons through. Where's Tixo with his AWP?
Let's see if they swap Tixo over to someone like mid or watching the kitty area. Because you have to figure if they're going to keep him in B, Fnatic are going to hit A again.
12-9. Fnatic still clawing back in this one. The second half score is 4-2. Roman's on 0 and 5, and we saw how nicely mousesports have played. In
Tixo just dropped someone on Deagle there.
Yeah.
And now he's going to go B again, it looks like. So let's see what decision Fnatic make. Do they preempt that they're going to swap him? cArn is sneaking through the sewers with DSN again, so it's going to be the same attack, it looks like. And 6 is in the same spot. But this time, of course, Gobby cannot protect his 6.
Oh, that was a peek by Kapio that didn't work out whatsoever. Forest was just waiting for the first man to do that.
And here comes Threat in the site.
cArn will be joining him. Threat completely blind, but who cares when you've got teammates backing you up like that? And again, plant without smoke.
And here comes Tixo. He's going to be forced again to save his gun.
Gobby's got 2. Finally, they've worked with him. Yeah, and Tixo will have to try and save against 3.
Tixo's problem is here, he keeps saving this gun, but he's not having any impact with it right now.
Well, at least he's taken Forest down. That's always a good thing. Shame the bomb's going to go off anyway.
Look, get right, might kill him if he gets around here. Like 1 second more.
Oh, and Tixo's out there with the USB. Yeah. Get right, down to half. But
that's a situation he can't afford to lose the AWP in there.
Yeah.
Not worth it. Get right, 17-3 here. Roman 0 kills in this half.
Yeah.
And despite that, his team is 4 rounds away from winning this title.
What happens if Roman would have been on song? There's the big question. 5-2 the second half scoreline. Of course, 12-10 overall. Eco for mousesports.
And the guys in B here for Mouse are going to play they're going to have 3 in B, 4 in B for Mouse. USPs.
I think there's 5 even in there. I think one had a look down banana. Yeah, they're all there.
Well, Fnatic, again, going to the right side every single time. So far, every single round where mousesports haven't had rifles, they've literally gotten nowhere near even a chance at winning the round. This is just veteran players being called here by Fnatic.
Yeah, and I'm going to stick with Get Right here because he's one that's really in front of them. Actually, Forest was behind them, which proved to be more effective in the end. Fnatic will bring us back to a 1-point difference, 12-11.
And all of a sudden, I get the feeling that the advantage actually shifts over to Mouse Fnatic here, because they're the terrorists. They can dictate the play. They can decide where the battles are going to take place, at what time in the round. And when you're talking about some of the biggest winners in CS history here, these guys know how to get it done when you need to get rounds.
Here goes a two-man push
Six
again under Sewers.
Is going to be pushed from behind at some point here. Now, how will Godby help him out?
Aggressive, actually, on the defense here for once. Tixo with an AWP, Kapio's M4 down alt mid, and they decide that's clear, so maybe
cArn and DSN still working their way up.
Yeah, that's probably given them the idea that this push is coming A side.
Oh, but Roman is over near that door now.
It's cArn and DSN.
Let's see what Roman can do. Oh, he's going to look away just the wrong time, is he?
No.
Oh, he's going to hide behind this wall.
Not quite ready to push. Here they go. First man out is cArn. Gets the first kill. Roman was there behind the box. Roman finally
time to have that grenade out there.
Now it's 2-on-2. 2-on-1, and Tixo has got that AWP again. This time fnatic have
So they're both over that side, and he can see them by the flashes. He's got them locked in that one position. But they do have time to go through that sewers if they go quickly.
They know his position now, and Get Right will peek out. And I think Tixo was a little bit closer to them in the smoke than he was kind of anticipating there. And then will bring us to a tied game then, 12-12 in the third map. All down to these last 6 rounds.
And this is big-time offensive play here. I mean, fnatic managed to attack A there, even though I think mousesports had 4 players over in that area. And they had them watching all the positions that you could come in, and they still managed to execute. And Tixo really needs to decide what he's going to do from now on.
I think fnatic are playing a great mousesports game here. The speed they're playing is, you know, that's the way that mousesports are playing, and I think Mouse, despite that, don't seem to be able to find an answer. Maybe they now realise...
It's so tough when you're a CT to keep changing the kind of pace that you're playing at. Because you want to just play in one pace, like you want to play slow, or you want to play quickly and attack them, etc. Whereas terrorists are used to having to switch and go to different sites. It's just kind of a part of the natural rhythm of the game.
That will let mousesports know how hard it is actually to, you know, defend against their attacks on certain maps as well. Here's Get Right's first kill onto 6. Forest is going to edge into that B site.
I think Mouse happy to just switch back over the way.
There's Forest. Hisen's checking around. Bomb's going to be planted.
And this is another round where mousesports don't even have a chance really at this round. I mean, they're going to have to run just to get exit kills here.
Who's the man to mop up the frags? Probably DSN.
It's obviously difficult to win eco rounds, but I mean, when you have 5 or 6, you can at least get 1 round, you would hope, where you'd have a chance of winning it.
Good grenades here. DSN's first was absolutely cracking. Only Roman was able to get the frag, and fnatic will overtake mousesports and put themselves 3 away from the #1 spot. Another #1 title maybe here for fnatic.
And suddenly this is all to do for mousesports. They have to win 4 rounds out of the next 6. And as CT, so we're going to need some incredible play again from some of their CT players. Meanwhile, for fnatic, you don't go crazy, you don't lose your head, you don't rush. Just keep playing the way you're playing at the moment, and the rounds will come.
I think it's mousesports who might actually end up going a bit more offensive.
mousesports are sensing kind of a little bit of desperation now. They've tried to play it a little bit too coy, and it hasn't worked out for them whatsoever.
God, B might
and they've
push
swapped
here.
Tixo's position here. That is one thing that's interesting at the moment. They've got Kapio pushing down middle here.
With God B as well. This is a nice double push.
And if they keep pushing, they're going to be right behind the fnatic players in time to get some kills here.
Here we go. God B and Kapio both chiming in. DSN and cArn and Threat will chime in.
2v2.
Well, this could be bad news. It's fnatic who could have the bad news brought to them because they're lower health here. DSN's having to rotate around to Threat's position.
If 6 looks away now, this could be over. But if he stays looking in this position, this could completely destroy the fnatic attack. But Threat is going through the sewers.
And they've lost DSN. This is surely too much for Threat.
Oh, and he could be in a terrible position here.
Yeah, if he kills 6.
6 has a really good shot to do it.
Ah, and 6 will take him there.
Huge round, huge round.
6 will take that frag, yeah. Huge round indeed. 13-13. And that's the first one in, well, I lost count, I think, at one point there.
And as you said, it was mousesports going aggressive, and the one time fnatic left kind of a hole in their attack, and even though he didn't kill them all, he did so much damage and completely disrupted the attack.
Yeah. Let's see if fnatic can bounce back.
And his six is going to go down the sewers here. Let's see if he can get a good position and hold it.
Next frag actually forces a hard situation on the other team.
Aggressive pushing on second mid area here.
Next round forces a hard situation on the other team because they know that they have to win the remaining then to stay in here without relying on overtime. There goes the bomb plant.
This could very well be an overtime game the way this is going at the moment.
Save for mousesports.
So this is a huge decision for mousesports. Is this going to cost them their tournament here?
It's a risk, that's the point. You don't get anywhere without the risk, and they know that if they go for this, lose things out, money's going to be screwed for next round. But if they keep 3 weapons, and they can then rely maybe on this 14th round to, then they have to win everything.
If GetRight can get even 1 kill here, this could be a huge kind of momentum shift.
They know where they are now. GetRight's going to have a peek out. Godby was there. That was well played, at least by mousesports, to keep a hold at the end, but fnatic will move within 2 from victory. And mousesports have to win every single round in a row now to win this without an overtime.
It's not a good sign that Six just threw a deagle on the ground for someone.
Yeah, those players that didn't save will be deagles.
Now fnatic are going to do the smart thing, it looks like, and try and hit the B site because of the way that Mouse have overloaded A. On the other rounds, that is.
It's a interesting strat called here from fnatic. 2 of them, or now 1 of them, pushing up alt mid.
I think something else that's key for Mouse is if you're a deagle player, do not fire your deagle until you absolutely have to. Don't give away the fact that you're holding that position with that gun. Because at the moment, fnatic might think that those 3 players bought 2 guns for the others.
That was DSN at middle, by the way, that went down. Roman is there, and that is firing it when you absolutely need to. They've got to deal with Roman here. Oh, he's got 2. I can't believe this. cArn won't kill him either. Yeah, cArn's ran straight past him there. Tixo will come in from behind. It's all on GetRight. He's got 2, but he's still got 2, plus a very, very hurt Roman. This could be 14-14.
Hold your breath, guys. Let's see what GetRight can do here. Oh, Six is running as well. He might have stopped just in time there.
GetRight still.
Oh, this is going to be an absolute battle.
Not knowing where these remaining players are.
These flashbangs are huge. The way they're going to hold him off.
There comes the flash to the outer area. GetRight now running the clock down. Probably
Roman's
more
got
than
a really good position here.
Of course, the bomb is down inside
Keep
of
your
that
eye on
B
Roman's
site.
position.
GetRight has to move in, and Tixo was around the box.
Wow.
Roman behind ladder as well, and they had that on lockdown. The bomb was down in there, and GetRight not able to do anything. That is 14-14. 2 rounds to go. Can still go either way. Either team can win. We can still have an overtime. This is what we like to see.
Incredible stuff by Roman there. It took 2 great kills from GetRight to even give them a chance there, but Roman with those 2 deagle headshots, I mean, if he doesn't hit those, then you combine GetRight's flank kills, I mean, it's all over for Mouse at that point.
Score in the second half is 9-4.
Roman wants to get aggressive here. He doesn't want to let them just push up that second area.
This is interesting.
They're trying to go middle
DSN,
here.
Moving up this middle area could be huge for fnatic if they're able to split this site in half. They've caught Kapio from behind. Wasn't expecting that whatsoever. Here is Godby as well.
Roman behind them.
Here is Roman. He's got himself 1. Godby with a second. In comes Tixo. It's now all on Forest. Moving up middle. He killed Tixo.
Oh, they've got the bomb though. 3v1. They've got the bomb. How will they hold this? And Forest is going kitty.
That's the crucial point. That bomb is down.
He needs to strafe and hit all these shots perfectly.
There comes the smoke just to distract Forest. He's still got 50 seconds to work, but those 3 players are going to be surrounding that bomb.
And if any player ever had the movement to do this, it's Forest.
Let's see, he's seen a weapon there.
Oh, look at this.
But he's not going to go for the shot.
Will he get shot by the left?
Smart play by Forest. As he moves in, gets the 1. 6 will take it, and mousesports move up to match point, championship point. $25,000 point, actually, as well. And, of course, it is also the final round of the game as well. The 30th round on Tuscan.
And all of a sudden, fnatic know they have to win. They cannot lose this round. Meanwhile, mousesports, they can afford to take a risk if they want. They can try and ensure the victory instead of going to overtime by taking a risk. Six is going to sneak down the sewers again. Is he going to go quickly, though? He is. He's crouch running all the way down.
Oh, cArn's taken a huge hit, but got the kill onto Six. Kapio returns fire. 4 versus 4. Forest and Godby on roughly equal health here as well. So far, it's all level.
What a kill by Kapio with the FAMAS.
Onto DSM. This is worrying times for Fnatic. Get Right's going to take middle.
Is this the end of Fnatic's Intel Extreme Masters Championship Season 4?
2 of them are middle. They're going to come here for Kitty, which is probably the wrong answer. Godby actually just turning away here from that flash. Are they going to follow it in, Fnatic? Oh. Not just yet.
Kapio has a great position here to crossfire with his teammate.
I've Godby waiting. Get Right takes the 1. Godby watching for the boost up. He will spray down 1, looking for more. Godby takes 2. There's his deagle, but where's the final man?
Middle.
They don't know where the final man is. Forest is in middle.
And he's just holding at the moment. But he's 3v1 and he must win this round for Fnatic to stay alive.
The problem is Forest is in
30 seconds.
Not great health, and of course, 30 seconds, the bomb is down over by that A site. Forest here is the only thing that stands between mousesports and the championship, and Roman will get the frag, and mousesports are going to take it on the 3rd map here on Tuscan. Absolutely brilliant match. And of course, it will be mousesports to pick up their first ever title with Roman. And the first day was a struggle in the group stage. They got stronger and stronger until today. They beat the team of 2009 and the team of the tournament before this match as well. And to obviously collect $25,000 plus a shield. But more importantly, I think for them, is that first title with Roman to prove everyone that he was a great signing.
And what a satisfying way to win as well.
If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song. Oh-oh, oh-oh. Lord, make me a rainbow, I'll shine down on my mother. She'll know I'm safe with you when she stands under my colors. Oh, life ain't always what you think it ought to be, no. Ain't even gray, but she buries her baby. The sharp knife of a short life. Well, I've had just enough time. If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn. I'm as green as the ring on my little cold finger. I've never known the loving of a man, but it sure felt nice when he was holding my hand. There's a boy here in town says he'll love me forever. Who would have thought forever could be severed by the sharp knife of a short life? Oh, well, I've had just enough time. Did is done. A penny for my thoughts, oh no, I'll sell them for $1. They're worth so much more after I'm a goner, and maybe then you'll hear the words I've been singing. Funny when you're dead, how people start listening. If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song. Oh, the ballad of the dove, go with peace and love. and I'll wear my pearls.